game. I know.
Let's go.
You said the word soccer.
Don't forget to tune for the FIFA World Cup.
Don't hog the
Here to watch along, live react, everybody with everybody in the chat, everybody hanging out.
For your mental health.
Thanks for joining us here on Spitting Fire. Get caught up for second half.
Hims can help. At 4hims.com, you can get access to trusted treatments for ED, hair loss, and anxiety from licensed medical providers with a 100% online process and free discreet shipping if prescribed. It's no wonder guys love Hims. Get started today at 4hims.com.
No, this is.
All right, boom. So that's going. What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out here. Thanks for kicking it. Hop out. Getting settled. Tokyo! Slept, dude, if you want to talk, hop in Discord. I got it open. It's going to be live reacting. I'm not expecting banter talking. I'm going to be like, and just live reacting. Oh, shit. That's going to be my plan. But feel free to just keep your Discord open and live react to the second half with us. I'm looking for a World Cup update page that will show us a good like feed. Not that. Nope. Sports World Cup, maybe. Maybe that'll do it. All right, so at least that's that. Chat, what a fucking first half. Where are we right now? We're standing in a place of a whole world of possibilities. It's an amazing feeling. How excited did you feel? What was the emotions going through you? How loud were you? Did your neighbors ask, what the fuck was that? Chat, unreal, that first goal. That goal was so sexy. Says FC Neo Tokyo. Oh my gosh. I'm working on getting some stuff set up here. Just throwing together a stream for you. Damn. Good work. World Cup feed. No. I wanted that. At the very least, let's Oh, we got second half going. Are we back? All right, let's Dan
James, that's 10 extra inches
you
get on the end of long balls for a Welsh team trying to find a way back to this one. Pulisic is on the run early.
Let's go.
Musa on the run
We're already making runs.
Robinson running inside. Musa's cross gives the U.S. a corner. After a little more than 20 seconds. Frustrated Dan James.
I couldn't get into the game. Because the United States were doing a good job limiting the counterattack. So Kiefer Moore signals a change in style, maybe more direct, but you have more of a presence up there because of his size. But
trying to find like a good live feed.
Ram at times. He's going to mix it up now with Zimmerman and Ream. It's going to be a different type of game for them.
Pulisic, third corner of the night. Again, struggling just to get it into the right areas. Robinson's going to hold it in.
Maybe this? No.
He's going to find the goal scorer, Tim Weah.
Gotta keep searching.
Williams defending.
So far, nothing. The Athletic Live Score Tracker? Nope.
What are you looking for here, second half?
What are you guys looking for second half?
Is what you would want from a U.S. perspective. Wales are going to bring pressure. Here you go.
Adam just got away with that one. Weah
offside. He's
always offside. That's your one for the night, just to be clear.
Had to get it that one in. But for the United States, the challenge
we're just going to deal with what we got.
Of a second half
Boom.
is that now the game's going to look a bit different. Wales have made a personnel change, so now you've got to figure out the rhythm of that half. You've got to still try to maintain. There's more running into the channels now.
Zimmerman running with him. Kiefer Moore, first touch since coming on as a halftime sub. Go to the two-time MLS Defender of the Year, Walker Zimmerman.
Let's go.
Back it comes to Ampadu. Sargent there to close him down. Popped in the air by Robinson. Pulisic couldn't hold it up cleanly. And that'll be a Wales throw. The Welsh fans down to our right.
Yeah, they're attacking that goal now. So the Welsh fans trying to give their team a lift in response. And they want to see the early stages of this second half of response from their team as well.
Second half kicking off just past 11 p.m. here in Qatar. A little past 8 p.m. in Cardiff. Just after 3 in the afternoon in snowbound New York City. Just produced a handful of players on this U.S. roster, including Weah and Turner and Adams, who commits that foul. U.S. trying to match England with a win on opening night in Group B. Wales playing for their lives at this point right now, knowing this one is crucial for them to have a chance to go through in their return to the World Cup for the first time in 64 years. Pulisic from Tyler Adams. McKennie wants it on the run. It's going to be for Weah. He wasn't quite ready for that. It's into Hennessy.
And McKennie was asking for that one, and that's what Pulisic saying is, my bad. We could have rolled that one in the path of McKennie and instead went for the hero ball over the top to Tim Weah.
Going long in between options, and we've seen a couple players sort of struggle a little bit. The way the ball's skipping up off this turf a little bit.
That one was at an awkward height too there for Ream, the way it bounced up, and he had to just deal with it and put it out for a throw.
All right, so it's going to be a different half.
Roberts in for more. That's Musa defending.
Gonna feel like a
MC,
different.
good work. Robinson trying to not foul. Spins out. Corner for Wales. Second of the night.
This goes back to the conversation about a U.S. team. How do you respond? Not when things are going well, but when you're under a bit of pressure. And this is going to be the first test here in the second half. Up a goal. Wales have started the game aggressively. They've won their first set piece.
It's a big point of emphasis from Greg Berhalter with this team. Is lifted in. Matt Turner.
Ooh, cleared out.
Get to the end of it and scrambled around.
Dangerous play.
Goes for a foul.
Oh, good.
Turner was obstructed, and there has not had much to do, Matt Turner, tonight.
Yeah. And it was a little shaky. He tries to get it in traffic, so there's a lot of
Definitely
bodies
was
around him
worrisome.
as he goes up for this one. He's got Ramsey in front of him again. Has to push him off just a little bit, and it's Gareth Bale in front of him, and he's got more behind him.
I guess we're good.
And he's got two hands on it, and oftentimes you see keepers punch that away with their fists for that reason there, because sometimes if you don't grab it clean, you spill it into a dangerous spot. But Turner able to react on the second. Nice run from Musa, ball from Pulisic.
Yunus Musa with options in the middle. He's going to carry in on Roberts. It's Musa into the middle, knocked away. Pulisic got to the second ball.
Let's go.
Adams wants it top of the box. Pulisic saw him too late, trying to drive inside. It's poked away. It's good defending in the end. Now Ramsey trying to wriggle away. Bale.
He's going to get a yellow
all over him.
He'll get a yellow, but that's a good foul to take, though. And actually, at halftime, watching the replay of the U.S. goal a couple of different times, Joe Rodon has the exact opportunity to make a foul on Pulisic, but doesn't. And he lets him go to avoid picking up a yellow, when he should have done that, because that stops a counterattack. Now, Ream takes a yellow for a tactical foul, but he stops any type of promising opportunity for Wales in doing so. So he knows exactly what he's doing in that moment. That's a savvy play there from a 35-year-old, most experienced guy on the roster.
Jenny Taft, you had a chance to speak to U.S. coach Greg Berhalter. What did he tell you?
Well, John, I'm so glad we had a moment to catch up, and let me tell you, the whole energy from the group was so positive. I asked Greg, how do you keep this intensity going? And he said the biggest thing is to continue to hurt them on the transition. Right now, I like what we're doing. I said, how do you finish it? He said, keep this going. And there were so many words coming from all the players as they walked back on the pitch, saying, be ready for the moment when your name is called. Our standard doesn't drop. No let up.
That was one of the things Berhalter told us at the team hotel Saturday.
Let's go.
Goes long towards Gareth Bale, headed sideways. Ramsey trying to get
crazy, dangerous.
But Berhalter sharing stories from his World Cup
51st minute.
20
Let's
years
go.
ago, sending the message to this young team. Treat every moment like it's the most important moment of your entire life. That is the magnitude of a World Cup. Can they do that in this second half and get out of here with a win? Ream chasing on a yellow card. It comes into the middle. McKinney couldn't get there on Wilson. For Moore. Adams pokes it away. Moore gets back to it. And wide it goes too far for Nico Williams. And Welsh fans are encouraged by their team start. Here's Dest.
Which this is completely normal. This is to be expected. If you expected that U.S. were just going to come out in the second half and whistle goes and it's the exact same rhythm as the first, it's not. Wales still have some very good players.
USA, that USA chant
two major tournaments
was
in the Euros,
chills.
and not by mistake. So the U.S. are still trying, I think, early stages here to figure out now that you've got two guys playing right up against your center backs. It's opened up some more space underneath. So now it's on Tyler Adams and McKennie and Musa defensively to get the right mix of when can they press, and that's going to let you off a little bit. Greg Burrow is trying to get the ball right back into play. He wants his team keeping the tempo high because
they got to go for it.
That's when they're at their best.
A frustrated Rob
Forced
Page
Wales
on
to
the Wales
chase.
bench right now. Robinson couldn't get that up to Sargent. Wilson on the run. Williams up the left. Dest is going to defend. He's on a yellow card from early. Williams, it ran away from him. McKennie makes the play in the end. And the Wales fans roar.
Keep it up. Good D. Let's go. USA having to play a little defense right now as Wales getting on the ball.
Roberts for Bale, close down quickly. Reeve got a piece of it. Musa just trying to settle it for Pulisic right now.
Ooh.
They can't keep it, the U.S.
Fully couldn't dribble through that. What up, RBI?
Nico
How you
Williams
enjoying this World
getting
Cup?
engaged with Serginho Dest, who's got to defend carefully, trying to get some help from Tyler Adams. Cross took a deflection right.
Dangerous,
to Tim
cleared
Reeve.
out.
Gives it right back though.
What, you got to clear that out better there. Wow.
Roberts.
I think that was
Gotta get way a
Walker.
little bit deeper too on that right side.
Just
There we
enough
go.
there
Good
from
defense.
Adams to step in
What
and
up,
knock
Red
it
Bull?
away. Now Christian Pulisic. Sargent wants it forward. Pulisic felt a bit of a tug there.
What
went
a
down,
first
no
goal
foul.
for USA. Hopefully more to come. Let's go USA! Spamming the USA emojis.
Let's just settle this thing down a little bit, get some control.
Freaking go. All right, dangerous. Dangerous. Settle back onto the ball. Oh, okay.
Aaron from
McKennie
McKennie.
hasn't quite looked right since he took a bit of that knock. Now he's going to be, I would imagine, the first sub for the U.S. This is
Yeah,
a guy
McKennie might need
who
a
has been
rest.
Playing his first game
He's
since
been-
October 29th for Juventus, and that was his leg, a bit of a
Because
muscle
I don't know if it
injury
was the
right
team
quad.
letting the pressure get into him or
I imagine that's gonna
McKennie
be
letting
when
pressure get into him or
Brendan Aronson at
feeling
some
some
point,
pain there.
if
But
not very soon.
Just
questionable
trying to
move.
recover on
All right.
that one.
Good
Gets there
job.
just in time as
Wow.
Wilson was making the run from
push.
Ramsey's ball.
I'm
It
dead.
is out for a throw down in the corner.
Great
Says
play by
referee
Dest on
Abdul
D.
Rahman Al Jassim. Wales bench is furious that this is not a corner.
It looked like a corner. I thought it was a corner. But then again,
This is
I
not something that
took
is
my eyes
reviewable
off the prize.
on VAR.
World Cup has such a different
For
feel,
Wilson.
says RBI,
Now for Williams.
than any other
Got a
World Cup.
cross in towards Bale.
Very
Onto it.
odd.
McKennie to the top of the
I don't
box.
like it.
Ramsey holds it
I'm
in.
very much in
Reeve
agreement
gets the second
with
one.
that.
He was undercut by Moore. There's no foul whistle.
There's been a
Adams
Paul,
battling. He thought he was fouled. Pulisic can't get away. Important touch from Mepham
a specter hovering over this World Cup
Sargent some pressure to
since the
force
start.
all the way back.
We've been dealing with it, and we're doing our best to enjoy it,
That one up.
and we'll continue to, but
Just a glance to
can't help but
from
recognize the
Weston
elephant in
McKennie
the
to take
room.
it off his toe. The other part, John, talking about Weston McKennie potentially being the first.
Hopefully it
sub, the other
goes
might be
improves
Serginho
from
Dest,
here.
Who was a bit of a question mark.
There's
coming in.
definitely, it's been a rough start.
Andre Yedlin potentially his replacement there, considering also that both
Okay.
of them are on yellow cards.
Ream there, all he could do was shepherd that out. He's had much more of a handful.
I mean,
to
there's
deal
so
with, but
much
Kiefer
more
Moore,
that goes into this, the way
halftime
this
sub
World
for
Cup
Wales.
feels. I agree with you.
Connor Roberts is going to load up the long throw.
The emotion, though,
Met
that
with
I
one of the center
exuded
backs,
when
comes
USA
forward.
scored
Everyone
that
will
goal,
retreat for
the
United
USA
States to defend this.
doing this, it's just amazing. That feeling is amazing, and
Roberts
so many other
gets it
nations
in.
feeling that.
Robinson the touch. Pulisic
Regardless
is limping a bit as he got
of the
caught on
host
top of
nation.
the foot. That'll be a free kick for the U.S.
You can still cherish that feeling. This is a lost World Cup for FIFA. If this is a lost World Cup for FIFA, they better not be looking to go back and right back to Saudi Arabia in
Second game
2030.
for the United States coming up on Black
Seems like
Friday.
a
much anticipated meeting with
Mistake.
England.
They always say it was a mistake to come here, but hey, you had to flip the first pancake. You had to put your first pancake in the pan, and sometimes the first pancake don't turn out so well.
Stadium in Alcor, 60,000 capacity. Will both teams be coming on a win? We know England will. 6-2 on Iran as Dest knocks that away.
Keep it up, USA. You got to keep playing tight defense.
Dest carries forward.
Put this
Sargent went quite ready to
Wales
get on the run.
team to
Great
sleep.
tackle.
Dest out of position now. Nobody on that right side.
Wide it comes. Williams cross in. Moore able to steer it
Dangerous.
along for Roberts. Roberts hooks that one in. Zimmerman won the header. Nico Williams brings it down. Sargent trying to close him off. Still Williams on the ball.
Wales looking a little more dangerous the second half.
Head hook for Roberts. Roberts crossing in. Popped in the air. It'll be all the way out. Kerr was scrambling a bit. but
Dangerous
it's okay.
back post cross. Well, USA is getting the World Cup, as Red Bull Insider points out. 2026 World Cup is epic, and the U.S. is going to go bonkers mode for that. I hope so.
Up against the physical front line now.
My prediction was if USA can win this game, USA, well, it could set up a little World Cup fever over here in the States. And that'll definitely carry over to next year, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after, to when 2026 comes upon us. That'll translate. This would be a monumental win for the U.S. men's national team program, for the U.S. program. We're not there yet, though. We have a lot of work left to do. 30 minutes. Nowhere near. And right now, it doesn't look like it's going to happen with the way Wales is playing. They're getting more and more dangerous by the moment. USA's got to shake this off and get right back to dominating.
Tim Weah's first half goal, the difference right now. Davis, long switch. Anthony Robinson a chance to head that away. Pulisic, can he get back to that first touch? Not quite. Mepham, great work. Ampadu. Wilson retreats it for Davis and gets it back. Ampadu once more up the gut. Well read by Tyler Adams.
Great read there from Adams, cutting off the passing lane, baiting the pass in.
What can the U.S. do the other way?
Berhalter down to our
There we
left,
go.
is just motioning, trying to get
Now
his
let's
team
get some
up the
possession
field.
here, boys.
The difference has been with the U.S.
Been a
playing
lot
this
of Wales
back line
last 10
aggressively
minutes.
in the first half is because they had pressure on the ball. When there's no pressure on the ball, you cannot play such a high.
Thanks for hanging out, RBI.
Players can turn, they can pick up their head. They can
Just
play those
hanging out
passes
everybody in the
behind
chat.
and time the run well. So now
Spamming
it
my
becomes just,
USA emoji.
do you make a change that gets you pressure on the ball, which would be, I think, for Mikhail Lovely.
Early cross
Let's
in.
go!
Let's go! Well, not quite. That was an interesting challenge. Calling a field goal kick is
Wow, no way. Let's see. Let's see. Great run by Pulisic. Ball comes in.
Early ball in from
It might
Tim
be.
Weah. Now the question is, where does the contact take
Yeah,
place?
where's the contact
Is
occur?
there enough for a foul? And you can see clearly there he gets the ball. That's a great
Yeah,
shot.
that's actually a great play by the Welsh defender.
Took 3 Americans
When they
to
zoomed
get him
in
off
on
the
it.
ball. They did eventually. Zimmerman just forced to play it out.
Pulisic, I think, was saying,
The
yeah.
U.S. with
Good play.
activity on the bench. Brendan Aronson quickly back in. Moore leaves it.
Dangerous play for Wales here. Shit. Good, nobody home.
All the way through. And
Okay.
is that going to be out? Well, he may throw one way or the other. U.S. got away with one there.
This was Matt Turner slipping on a goal kick just a couple of minutes ago.
All the good work Matt Turner has done in his life, and he gets that broadcast to the entire world. So the Medford Messi is going to make his World Cup debut in a moment. Medford, New Jersey's Brendan
Medford
Aronson.
Messi.
Pulisic poked away.
Hey, referee!
That time U.S. wants a handball. They're not going to get Pulisic really getting frustrated with the officials. We saw that for a spell in the first half. Roberts.
Like good D to me. Not sure what happened, but whatever.
No card in it. And a dangerous attacking set piece for Wales.
Thanks for
Wilson
getting
and
out here,
Ramsey
everybody.
stand over it.
Whether they're chatting or lurking.
Everybody back for the U.S.
And enjoying the World Cup. Having a blast over here on Spit and Fire. Appreciate you guys kick that like button. If it only takes a moment, it does a lot to help out the stream. It does a lot to help out the channel.
Here in the stadium.
And it doesn't blow up your spot or anything either. It just does a lot to
Second ball
say, hey, thanks for
with a touch in the air.
giving a place to watch long. Shot! Great save.
And here's the life of a goalkeeper. You barely touch the ball in the first half. The ball's at your feet. And then you have to come
As we
up with
live
that big
react to
moment,
this
that
USA
big
World Cup,
save.
oh man, I felt so much
It's Matt
emotion
Turner.
during that first goal.
It's popped up on the second ball. I doubt we'll see the end of this replay because the ball's about to come back in.
I'm
And
sure
here
you
it is.
guys
He
felt
has to
chat.
react, gets his feet set and palms it over the bar. What a save, Matt Turner.
His first of the night, 64 minutes in. Wales wanted to go quick with the corner. The referee stopped it.
USA.
Once again, in swinging ball.
USA.
Turner
Oh,
retrieving it.
dangerous
That
shot.
was over. That was
Great, that was over the
6'5".
post.
Kiefer Moore couldn't get it down.
That USA
beat.
chant
All
from
the US
earlier in the
defenders are
first
beat here
half
by the
gave me
big man.
chills. And then
Kiefer Moore
the
times
announcer
it so
said
well,
that it
gets himself
chills,
free,
like goosebumps,
just
and I was
runs
like,
off
oh
the
my god, he
defender,
knew
and
exactly,
to
like
me,
he
that
felt
was
exactly
getting
what we felt. Like, oh
just
man,
shielded by
it's
Josh
like absolute
Sargent, and
goosebumps overtook
Matt Turner,
me
a
when
quick
that
conversation with the referee as well. You see,
S
that's important too.
A
Weston McKennie gets his foot out of the way,
U
not to make a foul in
S
the box, and a
A
full palm on it. Matt Turner.
USA.
That ends up being Weston McKennie's last involvement. It is going to be him replaced by Brendan Aronson.
22 years old from Medford, New Jersey. $30 million. He left Salzburg for Leeds United in the Premier League for. A couple years ago, this guy was a star with the Philadelphia Union. It's been a quick rise for him since. A year and a half ago, he was on the fringes of the U.S. national team. People thought he should have been starting tonight. Have an impact he made.
USA!
Here's his first touch.
USA!
Christian Pulisic, big pocket of space, lays up his right. Sargent to his left.
USA!
Sargent dragged wide. Number 7 for the U.S. though.
USA!
Comes back to Anthony Robinson.
USA!
Christian Pulisic.
USA!
All the way across for Serginho Dest.
USA! USA!
Robinson once again comes to get it.
USA! 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 Let's go!
Dest.
Keep it up, boys. Let's go. Don't take the foot off the acceleration. We got to stop this guy. Come on.
Williams,
Come on, Chad.
able to play it in for more.
USA.
Zimmerman and Ream back it off. Gareth Bale picks it up. Musa forces him back. Aronson steps in. That's great work. Now can the U.S. go the other way? Brendan Aronson away to his right. Sargent in front of him. Bale from behind pokes it away.
Well, what a run from Gareth Bale, who's out of gas to come back and now close down Tyler Adams. It was him trying to come back on his left. You talked about Musa knowing that, shielding him to his right. Aronson breaks away and gets his pocket picked by Gareth Bale.
Absolutely gave you chills.
This game has come to life here now. This is
keep it up. Let's go, boys.
You see the commitment on both sides not to take a play off.
Here's the goal scorer way up, running at Nico Williams. Poked
It's
away,
a 64th minute, but I'm at the 67th.
Nico Williams down, holding his back as soon as he extended for that one. Tim Weah faced him up, runs him back, gets him on the back foot, a little hesitation, then takes that extra touch.
Doing the job.
And then, oh yeah, just that right leg got twisted.
Thanks for watching here on Spin Fire, everybody.
Just right here, watch this. Just an awkward twist of that, and he feels pain instantly. Still down, getting some treatment now. Maybe a little food for thought for Robert Page.
I can see how many people hit that like button. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So Nico Williams down. Callan Acosta getting set to come on.
He's about to. Let's freaking go.
Matt Turner. Poor guy had the world see his slip. Gets the world to see this right now.
Big save by Matty T.
The only highlight we'd seen had been the one of him slipping, and it's the life of a goalkeeper. You have to be sharp. You have to be ready. That one he gets away with. He gets lucky on the second one because he was caught. Whether to come out, whether to stay on his line, he hesitates for a half second, and any less on that header from Kiefer Moore, that's in the back of the net. That's 1-1. So
you guys hear the song in the background?
Then a slight hesitation and nervy moment that followed. But still, right now, the United States with a clean sheet. Looks like, actually, John, we're going to see a double change.
Damn.
Potentially with DeAndre Yedlin.
Well, the cavalry's going to come here. Get Yedlin up, Hachi right, Callan Acosta.
Let's go. Go, boys.
It's a U.S. corner. It's Williams off to the side, so Wales will defend this corner a man light. So there's 3 guys on the field for the U.S. that are about to have their nights finished. Can they walk it off on a goal?
Come on. Come on.
As Melissa gets set to take the 4th corner of the game for the United States. And Hennessy getting himself set. And Wales playing with 1 fewer man with Nico Williams off to the side.
Puts it up.
Got it in deeper.
No, it's not going
to
do anything right until
Adams able to reset wide.
All right,
for
reset.
Bale defending. Pulisic going to
it's not over yet.
Bale.
Let's go. Get it in.
Oh, right back out though.
Damn, didn't.
Right there. Pulisic helps to win it back.
Pulisic still creating
Bale?
bedlam.
He's a Pulisic running in. Pulisic trying to play in the middle. It's held in on the backside by Aronson. It's clipped in by Adams. Ramsey off the chest and then
love it.
away.
Love it.
Just that last pass missing for the U.S.
Almost.
in some good spots, getting into great situations. Great work from Pulisic, although he's a little shaken up after that challenge and that duel with Gareth Bale.
Well.
Oh, it looks like
Williams
it
back
updated.
out there.
Now
Wales
it has the right time.
Musa has it knocked away. Pulisic is still grimacing in pain off the ball.
Pulisic grimacing in pain. I don't like that.
The return, Gareth Bale, clever flick, but Aronson was there. Aronson wants it back from Adams. Pulisic gets it instead. Takes the bump from Mepham.
Yeah, he's taking a beating.
Oh, Pulisic just took another knock. He's on the ground right now.
After that last one, and I mean that's not the first kick he's taken throughout this game. He's clearly been identified by this Welsh team as the United States' most dangerous player. And an opportunity for every player now to come over and get a little water and a little bit of a break. There it is. It's Mepham again on Pulisic, catching him late.
Oh, he stepped on his ankle.
This was there. There's the hand to the face for Pulisic from Bale, and just able to skirt around, give him a little bit back too.
Ouch! He gets stepped on the back of his leg, his calf.
Well.
So you wonder if the U.S. is recalculating here who is going to come off. 20 minutes to go.
Pulisic, we need you for another 15 minutes.
Goal on a Christian Pulisic assist is the difference right now.
Talk to Greg. Talk to Greg. Good for 10 minutes. Is that the day for Pulisic? Is that the day for him? No. No, it's not.
Made right
no,
now
it's not the day.
Pulisic has to come back out as the U.S. allowed to take
Pulisic is back out. All right, let's go, boys.
Pulisic's back out there.
What?
3 Americans Americans waiting to come on. 20 minutes to
We got
go.
5 subs. 5 subs
Opening game
to
of the
give.
World Cup for the U.S. back. The greatest stage in sports for the first time in 8 years. Sargent coming on the end of it. Way slow to get up in a collision with Davis off the ball. Aronson pressure. Kept in play by Williams. Adams coming across.
Got Tyler.
Just
Big D.
Dest in there as well.
Big defense. Tyler Adams, Serginho Dest.
Just
Brendan
his
Aronson.
ability to close down
Super
space.
sub.
Oh, a little nutmeg there
Let's
from
go,
Aronson.
Brendan. Oh,
Ramsey slides it away though from Dest.
wow. Brendan Aronson, starter for Premier League. Not even starting for us. Let's go.
Pressure.
We got subs too, England.
U.S. subs being told to sort of keep active, keep moving around. It might be a minute before they get on. Williams continues on for Wales after receiving treatment.
Nice
Intercepted by
interception. Yunus Musa.
Recover. Pulisic to his left. Sargent in the middle. Way of the trailer. It's Pulisic now. Christian Pulisic cuts it up into the middle. Aronson
Oh,
missed it.
just missed it, Aronson.
Not sure what happened there. Felt like he took his eye off it or decided to pull out of it at the last minute. It looked like he was going to head that right on goal.
I wonder if he saw way out of the corner of his eye.
So,
Robinson up for Pulisic. Gets it away for Tyler Adams.
Good up.
Yunus Musa is struggling. Yunus
Keep it
Musa
up.
has gone down.
I wonder if maybe Yunus Musa is one of those subs for Kellen Acosta, and that's why the U.S. their coaching staff sounds
Yunus Musa on the ground.
To
He
get that
is
sub.
either cramping or something. He's getting a dead leg. Getting a dead leg.
Musa stretching out. And here come the changes.
Dangerous.
Sargent will be withdrawn. Serginho Dest. We'll see his night in. What about the
Dest,
third?
Musa,
Here's
Sargent.
you expect. First of all, your thoughts on the 3 guys coming off. How'd they do tonight?
I think all 3 of them had significant impacts on the game. Yunus Musa, his ability in the middle of the field to control the tempo through the ball and through his movement.
Come on, guys, go in there and do a job. Let's
the
go.
life of a striker had 2
America.
chances early on. The one hits the
go.
post, but then his biggest involvement in the
finish
game
this.
had been his hold-up play and bringing other guys
Let's go, chat.
in and dragging center backs
finish
around,
this.
opening up space for others. So equally as important if you're a part of creating a goal.
16 minutes until stoppage time.
Now your 3 guys come to keep the level up, to keep the energy up. You've seen the U.S. swing the momentum back in their court a little bit the last couple of minutes, and that's come because they've been able to get some pressure on the ball. Aronson has made a difference. Now what difference can these 3 subs make as part of that?
Haji Wright, his first touch
Straight
in the
in.
World Cup.
A laser
Let's
from Matt
go.
Turner.
Christian
Pulisic,
Pulisic
let's
has
go,
it now.
Christian.
Costa, one of the runners in. Here it comes into the middle in between
Oh,
options.
good
Clearance
look.
only as far as
Nobody
Tyler
home there.
Adams.
USA
Anthony
recovered, though.
Robinson with it now.
Come on, Anthony.
Robinson hooks it in.
Oh,
Doesn't find
Anthony's
right.
dangerous.
DeAndre Yedlin, the only player on the
Yedlin.
roster who's played
Good
the
touch.
World Cup, part of the
Go, Yeds. Get
2014
some
World
runs
Cup
in.
team. Cross coming in, right to header, and
Oh.
comfortably wide of Wayne Hennessy's goal.
Interesting. Interesting.
Haji Wright, 24 years old, from Los Angeles, part of the same youth national teams as guys like Tyler Adams and Christian Pulisic and Weston McKennie, and yet
USA
he had a long
wasting
road,
chances.
bounced
That's
around
Ruggle
clubs in
Insider.
Europe before finding success
That might
in
come
Turkey,
back
getting his
to
first
bite them.
call up in June. Looked like he
That's
was on the
absolutely a
outside.
possibility.
Came right back in,
They
courtesy of
need
a
to, if they
phenomenal beginning
can,
of the
they got to
season in
strike
Turkey. That ball's
and while
out
the
of play
iron's
for
hot
US
and
throw.
still get one of these second goals here. But if they could walk out of here with a 1-0 win, that is absolutely the job. They got to concentrate on A, defending, and B, yeah, being a little efficient with their chances if they can. If they can get one more good chance here, really could be the nail in the coffin. But this pendulum swings both ways. Let's go. 75th minute. Pulisic on the ball.
Look at the run
Dribbling
from
in the
Anthony
corner.
Robbins here.
Flying
On his
forward.
bike.
Let's go,
Here's
Anthony Jedi.
Returns
Back
it
the
too
ball.
far in front of
That's too
Pulisic,
much.
but
It's
the
gonna be
US
a
will
corner.
get a corner out of it, their 5th of the game.
The U.S. definitely, come on.
Anthony Robinson,
Corner.
just endless
Corner.
energy.
Tokyo.
You see him time after time
Tokyo,
after time.
USA,
just
USA,
going and going
USA,
and going. Recovery runs.
USA.
And
Let's go,
that
boys
run
and girls.
right there on the 76th
Let's go, Chad.
minute. So important to commit to the attack. It gives
Pulisic
Pulisic
walking
some
over to the
space to then
corner.
go inside, plays the pass wide, U.S. corner, and now just another chance just to take a deep breath, which none of these fans are.
USA. USA. Let's go. Pulisic
It's
crosses
in deeper.
it.
Hennessy lets it go. Aronson off the back of his head, and it's out wide.
Back post. Woo.
Final quarter of an hour. U.S. is almost there. Opening night win. Perfect setup for the game against England. Can they get there? Wales will be desperate.
Yes.
I don't know
Let's
if
go.
England are going to run away with this group.
Let's
It's
go.
going to be one of them or the U.S. or
Let's go.
Iran who goes through
Yes.
with them.
Let's go. Hey, let's go.
A substitution of the wings right now as well as that cross
You.
comes into the middle.
Let's
for
go.
Moore.
X. Let's
Look
go.
over to the far side for Nico
Let's
Williams.
go.
Yedlin comes to meet him. Williams driving in. Aronson helping.
Clear
Comes
this out.
into the middle. It's
Too much
Connor
pressure
Roberts.
here. Come on.
All the way along for Ramsey. Back it comes. Mepham lifting it in. Zimmerman the header. Knocked down. Aronson.
Third, yes,
clear.
yes.
Yedlin does.
Good work, Yedlin. Good work, everybody. Yes, Tim. Oh. Or Haji. Hey,
Fans are upset. They think this is
third.
gamesmanship.
Stop.
They said it's not his head.
Look at his
So they're
face.
saying that
Harry Wilson, I
he
like
should
that
be
you play
stopping
for
the
a
game
premiership
for
team.
an
You're all
injury
good
with
and all,
Wales in
but
possession.
get the fuck out of the ref's face, dude.
And you can see clearly what the referee thinks of that.
Red Bull coming with the USA. U.S.
Follow through with the right leg on the top of the foot of
Let's go.
Tim Weah, but the foul was not whistled, as far as we could hear.
Come on.
Nico Williams,
Come on,
defender,
guys.
who was banged up a few minutes ago.
Let's
is
go,
off.
chat.
Brennan Johnson.
Let's
forward
freaking
of
go.
Nottingham Forest.
Come on.
And the Premier League is on. Made his debut
Come on, we
against
can
the
do
U.S.
this,
2
boys.
years ago.
Let's
They're
go.
going all out, Wales.
Come
They
on.
recognize how important this game is.
It's
They saw the
over.
England
No.
result against Iran.
USA.
They're
Tell them.
now also in a position
You
where they're down to go against a
you
U.S. team where if they feel
gotta
they get the
make
loss,
sure.
that could be their tournament done.
Finish
So
the job. Let's
they're going
go,
to push
chat.
as hard as they can
Let's
here,
go.
even if it
Smash
opens
that
them
like
up a little
button.
bit defensively to
So
try and
USA
find at least
finish
that
the
equalizer.
job. And smash your favorite
So way it
fucking emoji.
continues, U.S. has one remaining substitution they can make. Yedlin chests it back for Matt Turner. What's the plan
on.
now for the U.S.?
Hey, come
A bit
on.
of this,
Hey.
a bit of taking.
There's no playing around with this.
some
There's
of
no
the
playing around with
momentum
what's
away
fucking
from
going
Wales
on.
By using the ball, possession is paramount because when you have the ball, the other team's running. You're not.
Yes, we
exerting
gotta make them
as
chase.
much energy. It's composure
Come on,
still in
Yeds.
the key moments of the game when you're under pressure, when crosses are coming in.
Come on.
And not making that one decision where maybe you step in, you make a foul, and then around the box is being careful. But at the end of the day, I still maintain you still have to try to be aggressive when you can and get up the field.
To the top for Johnson. Robinson
USA.
tracking him. Johnson could let a bump there at the end and put Robinson off. It's
USA.
gonna bounce. And stay in
USA.
play a second time.
Tokyo says
See there
stupid.
in front of Pulisic. Adams knocks it away. Johnson quickly in. Ramsey's there first, cutting it into the middle. Oh, dangerous from Zimmerman. It's a penalty. Penalty for Wales.
Now I see what's
Bale
stupid.
goes down. 10 minutes to go, and Gareth Bale will step up to try to tie it for the penalty spot unless VAR can save the U.S.
Yeah, that's exactly the type of moment.
It looks like a
Walker
foul.
Zimmerman just tries
looks-
to go through Gareth
it
Bale
looked-
there.
yeah,
He doesn't need to. Bale is in front of him. Bale is back to goal. And he just
I don't think Walker
goes in
Zimmerman
too
can do what
aggressively,
he
trying
did
to win
there.
it, trying to be the first one there. He's not.
Fuck.
Bale has body position.
Fuck.
He gets his
I think
leg
it's
in
a
front,
penalty.
Comes through, no contact on the ball. It's a foul. It's a penalty. And now it's going to be Gareth Bale versus Matt Turner.
Instead, tied their all-time appearance mark tonight. 6 of 8 in his Wales career from the penalty spot. Did miss in the group stage of the European Championship a year and a half ago.
Go, Maddie.
This is his penalty history for Wales. Matt Turner, the
Send him
only
back to
goalkeeper in
MLS.
U.S. men's history to save a penalty on his debut just under
Let's
2
go,
years
Maddie.
ago. Opponents only 1 of 4
Come on, Maddie.
against him in penalties in his U.S.
Let's
career,
go.
including that miss by Qatar at the Gold Cup a year and a
We
half
got it,
ago.
ref. We know where the line is. Get out of
9
my
minutes
fucking
plus
face. I know.
stoppage
I gotta
time.
concentrate on fucking Gareth
40,000
Bale here.
fans, some of them looking
Out of my
at
face.
Ahmad Bin Ali Stadium. Millions upon millions around the world as Gareth Bale squares
Gareth,
off with Park Ridge, New Jersey's
Back to
Matt
MLS
Turner.
with you. Not over yet. It's not over yet. Let's go USA. Don't worry. Let's dig. Let's dig deep. Let's give them this, and then let's dig deep and finish this game. USA, let's go. Not
Well, he's a man
over.
known for rising to the big occasions. You knew he would have a part to play in this game. First of all, drawing the penalty, 100%
Wow.
that's a penalty. No debate there.
Yeah, it was a
and then it's
definite
Bale who
penalty.
steps up. So
It's
much
hard to
pressure
debate that
riding
penalty.
on
Dumbass
this
tackle
moment.
by Zimmerman. Yep,
And it's Matt
now
Turner
everybody's
gets a hand on it.
everybody
And you can
that's
see his
everybody saying
reaction
yes,
after.
it
He
was a
feels he should
penalty.
have saved
Dumb
it even,
tackle.
But the sheer power is what takes it past Turner. Just a slight deflection and not enough to keep it out of the back of the net. And it's Gareth Bale's 41st goal for his country. And it levels
Dumbass
the
tackle
score.
by Zimmerman.
Now, what's the
What's up,
US
Connor? What's up,
response from there?
everybody?
It's worth
Dumbass
noting,
tackle, guys. What do you guys
twice this
think?
year,
What?
Wales in UEFA Nations League play tied
1-1.
the game in the 90th minute.
Let's
or
go.
later.
We're not done yet.
Conceded
This
a
is
late
where
goal
we
to
were
lose.
bound.
They have struggled.
This is
closing
where
games
we
out.
show them.
In the U.S. Final 8 winner, as they
Let's
did in
go.
their opener, losing
Yes.
the lead late
Let's go,
against
Brendan.
Ghana 8 years ago at the World Cup in Brazil, as Aronson commits
Sir.
that foul. 41 goals in 109 games since he was a 16-year-old for Gareth Bale. How does the U.S. react? This young U.S. team, second youngest roster at the World
Let
Cup.
it
Fans
go.
are furious as Zimmerman outjumps Moore.
That was in our conversation with Greg Berhalter 2 days ago ahead of this game. Not about how the team's doing when the team's playing well. It's about how do you react when it's not, when you're under pressure in those key decisive moments.
Go,
Now,
USA.
they
Come
give away
on,
the middle,
USA.
they're giving away a goal.
Let's go.
There's
Let's go.
6 minutes plus stoppage left here. Wales
That's
have been
right. There's a
dominating the
lot of
second half.
time left. You
What
cannot.
is your response? Can
Take
you
your
dig a
foot
little
off.
bit
We
deeper?
gotta
Can you
go.
find a little bit
We
more?
gotta
Can you
push.
find that winning goal while not conceding the losing goal?
Looking long for Johnson. Robinson's there. Pulisic. A little bit of a body through there into Roberts. Long throw in from Roberts. Moore trying to flick. Did he foul Ream? Yes, he did. Ream holding his back a little bit.
I fuck up my headphones. Great.
U.S. is preparing their 5th and final substitution in a moment. Adams controls. Kellen Acosta.
Let's go, boys.
Anthony Robinson to the outside. Here's
Go, come on,
Robinson
come on.
now. Robinson's
Cross it. Yes,
crossing.
yes, yes,
Wang
yes,
couldn't get
yes.
to it. Johnson heads it along, only as far as Tyler Adams. Hano, he's trying to play that in for Acosta, just sort of mishit it. Weeds it right back off Ramsey. Jordan Morris will be coming on for the United States in a moment. That's their 5th and final substitution tonight. Scored the winning goal in the Gold Cup final 2017. A winning goal to win a national title with Stanford. But he had a winning goal at a World Cup to that resume as Ream dribbles his way around Johnson.
They got some space on the right here. Yedlin can get
There
forward.
we go.
Yedlin, the other Seattle native on the team, hooks in that cross, diving header away.
Dangerous. Keep it up,
Meckham.
USA.
Not just yet for the sub. 4 minutes plus stoppage time. Weah lays it down for Aronson.
Greg subs have been
Aronson
terrible.
cuts it back
I think
on
Brendan
Williams.
Aaronson's a good sub.
Out of back it goes. Yedlin, Aronson, Tim Weah has the goal for the U.S. tonight. Weah's
Yedlin's got to
cross into the middle.
improve, but look at this
Pulisic
dangerous
rising
chance.
up, and enough of a body there from Roberts to keep him off it.
Robinson's going to get there first.
Working hard to get there, kept it in play, couldn't get back to
Foul.
it. He has to haul down Johnson.
Foul on Robinson. He might get a card. He just... singing. Morris over Reina? He must know something about Reina.
The nerves on the face of a moment in front
I don't know
of his
why you
fans
want Jordan Morris's pace over Gio Reina's skill, but that's what he's choosing. Using Jordan Morris's pace over Gio Reina's skill. Doesn't it seem like that?
In this tournament.
Seems a little weird. Gotta wonder where Gio Reina is.
It will be Tim Weah who makes way for Jordan Morris at the age of 28. 8 years he's been a part of the United States since he was a sophomore at Stanford University. 8 years later, 2 torn ACLs later, he makes his 50th international appearance in his World Cup debut. He replaces the goal scorer Tim Weah.
What is going on, chat?
2 minutes and change.
By the way, everybody, I do have Discord open. If you wanted to pop in for a comment. Big stop by Turner. Hey, out of my fucking way, you dumb fuck.
To get that, quickly take a punt out, so an indirect free kick. And Turner launches long. Aronson.
Let's go, Brendan! Come on!
Kellen Acosta. Options either side.
Outside.
Jordan Morris, his first touch at a World Cup. Morris is going to run in. Morris trying to cut it in. It's blocked. Yedlin picks it up. Locked it in.
Dangerous.
Punches away. Yedlin back into the mixer. Right rising up. Couldn't get on the end of it. Roberts gets it clear. Tim Ream on his own right now.
I want to fix this.
Well, it's the
Making the run. Johnson's going to get there.
Right, there we go.
Adams. Johnson running in.
Big.
Right at Matt Turner. Second
Right at
save
Turner.
tonight.
Right at Turner.
This is a track meet now. Aronson turns back inside. 90 seconds plus stoppage time. Aronson chopped down by Harry Wilson.
How's that not a yellow? That's absolutely a yellow card here.
Come on.
The way this game has been refereed.
Abysmal. How is that not a yellow?
Foul for Harry Wilson. Because it makes no attempt at the ball there. And Brendan Aaronson's breaking away. It's a counterattack. There's a little back heel from Kiefer Moore that set Brendan Johnson on his way, and nobody could catch him. His speed, but then doesn't get all of the strike. And it's comfortable for Matt Turner.
So Wilson is down. Ethan Ampadu is down.
Should be a yellow, chat.
So this'll
Absolutely
add
unbelievable.
some stoppage time. Looks like having a chat with Kellen Acosta right now. Wilson to his feet, Ampadu to his feet. A charged atmosphere. And Al Rayyan. Sorba Thomas preparing to come on. 9 is the number that goes up.
9 minutes of stoppage
9
time.
minutes still to go. Welcome back to the World Cup, America.
You're right.
So the sub hasn't been made. Wilson is being allowed out right now. Into stoppage time we go, tied at 1. Who wants to be a hero? For
Why
either nation?
Morris over Reina?
Aronson trying to turn and run. Ampadu knocked it away. And then Aronson wins it back off Moore. Ran underneath Acosta's foot. Pulisic was there to clean it up. Walker Zimmerman. Tyler Adams comes to get it. The U.S. captain rolled in for Kellen Acosta. Out for Anthony Robinson. Back in for Kellen Acosta. Back out for Christian Pulisic. First time cross. Takes a deflection. Cleared away. As far as Tyler Adams. Shoot. Tyler Adams. Block. Pings around. Loose ball. Zimmerman. Not enough on it. Ream cleans it up for Yedlin. Ampadu can't continue. He's gone down. And if the referee's going to stop for the U.S. injury or
What the fuck?
The way that you talk about playing on unless it's a head injury.
This ref is horrible.
He already set the precedent on the Tim Weah one that he now has to make that call. And there, I mean, players cramping everywhere. Off the ball right now, Wayne Hennessy stretching off one of his defenders. That was a 50-50 that Both players committing full pelt. Wow. Zimmerman gets there first. Ampadu's a little bit late and gets some contact on the ball. Every man out there in this game
What
has
is with
left
this
every
refereeing?
last ounce of energy. But who has the last burst of energy to find that next 7 minutes and dominate the game and potentially find a winner?
Is this the worst World Cup?
For all the talk about Qatar, the reason why we're having this World Cup now, it's not by any stretch of the imagination warm.
No.
It was somewhat cool coming in.
It's
this
the
evening.
intensity of the game. The game has been played at such a high level. It's been so fast.
Unreal.
End-to-end stuff. And you're seeing that. You're seeing the effect on the players, which is why I think situations like this, where you're seeing so many subs on both sides, it becomes so important. For the first World Cup that we've had 5 subs instead of 3.
Say it sucks watching Wales think they've done anything. We've dominated the game so much, we even gifted them the goal.
World Cup for Wales, replacing Harry Wilson. So we've lost a good minute and a half here. This is something FIFA's very particular about. Effective match time, but all of that should be added on. We should get a full 90 minutes of play. We'll see what this referee does.
Come on.
Team's back at full strength, such as it is right now.
We got a few minutes left to make some damage. Come on.
Still to go.
But
we're going long.
This was a game the USA could have won.
Has not made a save tonight. One shot on goal for the U.S. That was the
you need to win this game. You win this game. Come on.
Wonderful save off the head of the
dangerous.
Johnson picks it up off the head of Ream. Trying to hand it off for more. Ream might have gotten just enough of a touch there to steer it wide. It's Robinson defending on the big man. He's able to play that back in. Connor Roberts. Roberts clipping it up. Bale couldn't get there. Zimmerman gets the header away. Robinson knocks it forward. Roberts back the other way. Robertson in the back there of Ramsey. No foul. 5 minutes at least. Ampadu continues to struggle. Tyler Adams and Rob Page coming together there. A little bit of a bump. Ampadu goes down before the U.S. can throw it back in.
You see that 9? It's going to be more than 9.
How many was there in the England game? 14?
In just the first half, by the way.
Joe Morrell is going to come on to replace
Get off.
Ethan Ampadu.
Get off the pitch.
Ampadu is an assistant coach with CF Montreal and MLS. Joe Morrell is on. 25-year-old plays in the 3rd division of English soccer.
He's off.
He's on now. His World Cup debut. Anthony
Let's go,
Robinson's
USA.
throw right, trying to steer it in the middle. Was that a foul? Yes, it was. Free kick, U.S.
Let's go, USA.
4 minutes on paper, 5 or 6, more likely, on the way. So Wales have made 4 substitutions. They've used 3 windows, so they're done with subs, as already was the U.S. DeAndre Edlin. Zimmerman lifting it for Aronson. Can he get back to it? Poked away. Edlin let it run out for a throw. Quickly in for Tyler Adams. He's got Kellen Acosta.
Let's do something with this.
Anthony Robinson. Pulisic dropping off to pick it up. Pulisic driving in. Options.
Oh, what is that, Pulisic?
Moores will chase it down.
Okay.
Reset for Yedlin. Yedlin hooks it back in. Too close to Hennessy, but he punches. It's a great punch. Comes all the way out to Anthony Robinson. Acosta making the run. Came off Roberts' head. In the opinion of the referee, Ream stabs it back.
Good thing Greg's gone after. Good thing that Greg's gone after this tournament, says Connor. All you guys watching live, Connor, Toke, whoever else, if you guys want to slip into the old Discord post game and talk post game, talk future,
82nd minute, Gareth Bale penalty.
we could do that.
Do we get a winner tonight? Who does that benefit going forward? If we finish tied, Zimmerman, good work there to knock it away. Pulisic pops in the air. Aronson, can he control it? Thomas was there. Yedlin stepped up. Morrell knocks it forward. Thomas swept away by Tyler Adams. Keeps it in play for Yedlin. Pulisic off the chest. A little bit of a juggle. Able to carry. Poked away, though, from behind. Pulisic goes down. Pulisic's in pain. Pulisic struggling to continue. And now we continue on with Pulisic down behind the plate. Bale resets it backwards, and Pulisic making the point. You stopped the game, referee, 2 other occasions when guys were down. You're not doing it now. Comes across.
This referee is horseshit.
Yedlin will engage with him. 98th minute. How much time is left? Only our referee knows for sure. Thomas crossing that one in. Moore off the chest, trying to lay it for Ramsey. Poked around and cleared away by Zimmerman.
Stressful moment.
Right, trying to defend. Robinson just kept it away from Ramsey. Kellen Acosta showed a lot of that ball to Morrell. It's won back by Bale. Aaron Ramsey. Gareth Bale cuts it back. Poked away.
Tyler Adams again.
Big Tyler.
Well, start pulling together a highlight rip of Tyler Adams for after this game, because, and you might
Let's go, Brendan.
He has been all over this field time and time again.
Let's go, boys.
Players out of position, getting stuck in, getting on the ball. I would say he's been the U.S.'s best player tonight.
99th minute. That one's too far for Aronson.
Just too far.
Zimmerman saying that
Greg's
Bale was
gone
offside
after
on
this
the ball
tournament.
played. He was.
We'll see.
Free kick U.S. Boy, half the players in the field on that whistle stoop down, hands on knees, exhausted. We would not expect this game to end at 99 minutes for all the stoppages we've had in stoppage time.
The question is how much, and that, at this point, is now at the discretion of the referee, and how many more minutes we will play, and only he knows, and he's checking that watch a lot.
Referee.
Brendan Aronson. 100th minute of the game. Pulisic still limping, still moving very gingerly. Robinson lifting it up long. Roberts keeps it in play. Kellen Acosta picks it up. Acosta, Brendan Aronson, Yedlin's on the far side. Here comes DeAndre Yedlin. Thomas trying to get across. Yedlin into the box. Popped in the air by Ramsey. Morris is first there. Morris trying to turn on it. Morris, can he get across?
What is that
deflection? And well read, taken away by
Wales
Davis.
got 2v2, and Moore's in here.
Ream trying to run. Turner's going to come out. Turner the header. Can he keep it away from Bale? Bale's got it. Turner retreating. Kellen Acosta hauls down his LAFC teammate. Had to.
And he might have just saved a goal, John Strong, because Matt Turner didn't need to come out there, but he did, and Gareth Bale is lining up to take a shot. Matt Turner was still 20 yards out of his goal, and I'm not betting against Gareth Bale in that situation. So excellent recognition by Kellen Acosta there, doing everything he could to get stuck in to make that foul
boys. We gotta finish
on
the job.
Gareth Bale, and we won't know, but what we can say is that that stopped the goal.
But it's Hail Mary time for Wales. Sorbet Thomas lifts it in. Turner with a clean catch. Is there any time left? No. That's how the game ends. Gareth Bale, 82nd minute penalty. Tim Weah, 36th minute opener. U.S. gets a result. Work to be done. Start the clock. Black Friday against England.
Work to be done.
Send you back to Kate Abdo on the Corniche in Doha as it finishes here in Al Rayyan. The United States of America won. Wales won.
How do you feel about that, chat?
So then, Group B standings. Let's take a look at how things have shaped.
How do you feel about that,
across the
chat?
day, England alone on top.
How do you feel about that, chat? Wow. That was a range of emotions. Wow, chat. All right. We're switching over to the post-game show. Absolutely disappointing. Gutting. Tokyo saying absolutely disappointing. Toke, if you want to join us in the chat, we can break this down a little bit. Just maybe wax a little poetic if you had a few moments. Put in your 5-minute assessment if you had that time. Or a little bit more. We had that game completely under control, says FC Neo Tokyo. There is a lot of disappointment I'm feeling. Excuse me. Damn. All right, chat. Let's go. I'm gonna give me 2 minutes here. I'll be back in less than a minute or two. I just need to grab a new beer.
What the fuck was that? Didn't know a legally blind man can officiate a soccer game. Didn't know that till today. Called him a bunch of names. Lots of them I can't repeat. My 2 cents.
Point, no problem. But this was for the
Connor, I would definitely agree with you, my man. I can't hear James. Where you at, bro?
I'm here.
Okay. My God, that was disappointing.
Wow.
Like, man, just to give up a penalty. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's more frustrating because the way the rest of the world kind of looked at us was like, well, no, of course Wales is going to be a better team. And we were by far the better team in this game.
Dominated. That should have been a win. 3 points.
Yeah,
Well, that was a stupid-ass decision by Zimmerman to go into a tackle inside the box when Turner had made an amazing save before. He could do it again, but no, you had to slide in and take his legs out from under him. Gareth fucking Bale. What else do you expect? Sorry.
That was on Zimmerman. I agree. That referee was correctly calling a penalty.
That was a correct penalty, but the ref was...
Yeah.
Most of those yellows were pretty soft.
What I don't
we'll get into the
is-
referee, guys. We'll have a whole referee rant. Let's put a pin in that until it comes obvious that we just can't stand that anymore. But because that referee, it deserves its own little topic wheel. But so
can we talk about the subs?
Yes. No, we'll get there. Let's start at the beginning of the game, right? Beginning of the game. How did you feel before the first minute even happened?
I was too busy trying to figure out my rabbit ears, so like I didn't have any stress. Then the game kicked off and they played amazing.
Connor, how are you feeling? Oh no, I'm sorry.
Huh?
I thought Toke had more to say. I cut him off.
No, go ahead. I want to hear Connor. He's fiery today, man.
Connor, how did you feel before the kickoff?
Nervous. I knew Wales was no slouches, and well, they showed it today. But like a draw is a win for them. because they got Iran coming up, and England beat them 6-2, and they're going to rout Iran. Oh, easiest game of the group. United States has England, and we're probably going to get shellacked by. But Wales has Iran, and we're going to beat them 5-0. And we're going to take second in the group. Shut the fuck up. Bunch of pussies.
Here's how I felt. Here's how I felt. I'm going to try and not worry about the outcome. I'm going to try and enjoy the right before and at least the very first minute. I was committed to enjoying the first minute of being back at the World Cup after like 8 fucking years. More than it's just a bit that feeling was so heavenly, that moment. And then, you know, I recognized Wales was the favorite team, but I was just going to savor that. And then I knew that there were going to be more emotions to come. And that we were going to be throughout this tournament, our feelings, the collective zeitgeist is always going to be ever changing, ever evolving, just throughout the tournament. And I started to wonder about the raw potential of what we could be, the U.S. men's national team, how far we could take this ride. What surprises were in store? Who would become our heroes? And what emotions would be invoked inside us all along the way? Those were the things running through my mind. And when we kicked off, man, I just got loud. I got loud. And I gotta say, the swelling of emotion really hit me when that USA chant, that slow roll USA chant. And then the announcer said it gave you chills, and I was in the middle of having chills. Like I was just like in the middle of just like the most existential, not existential, just like it was just like, oh my gosh, it was like football heaven again. We're back, and that emotion swarmed over me, and then the USA chant that just got faster and faster. Absolute chills.
Those weren't paid actors.
No, it's exciting, man. Like I got to be honest. Even though I am pretty upset about what happened, but there's a lot to be happy about.
Right.
But like, dude, the emotions coming into this tournament is not even. How do I distinguish between it? It's not necessarily like, oh, they're young, who cares what happens. This is just like the first time in my lifetime of rooting for this team that I feel like we could just be a team. It could go well, it could go poorly. We could just play. We're looked at as our talent level, yada, yada. Like, whereas every other World Cup, every other second we've been on the world stage, I've felt this weight of like, they have to prove that we're actually legitimate. Like that we belong in the conversation, that like, we're not just a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? We're just, that soccer is its own thing. It's not like we have to defend soccer by playing well every single minute we're on the world stage. So I actually had a little bit less stress about this World Cup. I mean, making it was that was a whole nother story. But
right.
Yeah, like it's like you said, like trying to enjoy it. It was more enjoyable. It was more enjoyable to be able to just come at it as a fan of a soccer team instead of this has to prove our existence in this. You know what I mean?
Right. Connor?
Well, I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I put my name in the pool for next varsity head coach for the guys team at my alumni.
Mm-hmm.
And judging off of today, I would not last in the position very long. I called the referee a bunch of very bad names. Very bad names.
That referee was something else.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually, I don't know if I'm dumb. I just didn't even expect it. I just kind of like went into the game waiting to see what happened in the game. And then as soon as the ref started making terrible calls, I was like, oh crap.
It was
hard
to ignore.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is if you're gonna caution one team when the other team is doing the exact same thing, why don't you caution them too? If you're gonna call it both ways, or don't call it at all.
Oh yeah, like whoever that cat was on Pulisic, by the way the guy was calling the game, should have been out, should have had a red early. Like, he had probably 5 bookable tackles on
Like
Pulisic.
that foul outside of Pulisic on the box that the referee said wasn't a foul. That should be a sending off. He didn't touch the ball.
Oh, there were so many fouls that they got away with that we didn't. That referee was so inconsistent. The funny thing is, like, I think he was meaning to. I feel like he was just really bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, they said he was a veteran referee, quote unquote.
No way.
No, I mean, they talk through his accolades and stuff. I mean, but refs can have a bad game as well. You know what I mean? It's still, it might be because we're a young team, but I'll put it this way. Like, if you guys were, I don't know about you, Connor, but if you're old enough to remember 2010 and the Maurice Adu goal that was called off, and it just, what it felt like back then, the way the world viewed us as far as referees, was that if it was a dead ball, no matter what, there was going to be a foul because we're just not talented enough to play straight up. We're too physical. So that's why, like, they just literally would call a foul on every free kick we had. It would quite literally be every one. You know what I mean? Just sending it back the other direction. So it's just, I don't think it was necessarily that egregious as it used to be, but, like, I think maybe it has to do with them seeing us as young. So we're going to go through into wild tackles and shit, and they got to stamp that out before it starts. But I don't know, man. He did have a very poor game because, like, I will admit, in the second half, he had a few calls against Wales that I was like, oh, yeah, no, they're finally getting some of it. You know what I mean?
Gareth Bale was complaining.
They were time wasting. It was clear as day.
Oh, for sure. Of course. Clear. I mean, again, you like, even just using 2010 again as an example, Gano time wasted like 25 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, and we got nothing. We got like 40 seconds of added time. You know what I mean? It was disgusting, but they just got away with it. It's just, you will see it. You will see it in the World Cup a lot because you have teams playing teams that are clearly better than them. You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know, man. The ref had a very tough game.
The ref was abysmal. He was inconsistent. He was calling calls for certain.
Yelling at him. He had fans booing him. He had managers yelling at him.
You know, the commentary was bringing it up. It was just a bad day at the office for that ref, and they were also talking about how inexperienced he was, and how that
don't bring an inexperienced referee to the World Cup.
Qatar's, and here I am, thinking, like, hopefully this Qatar World Cup, it started off really rough, and the rough start is continuing.
Yeah.
Did you see in the first game everybody was mad about the offside call, and I'm like, no, that's exactly what you should care about, is the feet. That was my idea, is the feet.
Did you guys see that Grant Warhol was detained for like 30 minutes?
Yes, I did. I worried about him because I thought that according to your passport, you're not allowed to cause trouble in another nation. But all the same, I was like, kudos to him for doing what he can to try and raise awareness, because the players were unwilling to take a yellow card for this, and there are some people who were criticizing the players' unwillingness to take a yellow card in the name of the cause. But and you can see it from both worlds. Like, they don't want an extra caution to potentially obstruct them from playing another game if they get 2 yellow cards, because bam, that happens. It carries over for the first 3 games. But also, like, at what point do you make a stand? So I don't know where you guys stand. It's been a hard place. It's this World Cup has just put us all in this place where it's like, that stuff's on the mind as well as the soccer, and it's unfortunate, and I feel like we're dealing with it real time here.
I mean, it's tough, right? You talk about what, I heard you guys talking about being a guest in another nation and things like that, and
right.
And
if you're going to host the biggest tournament in the world, where you're going to have millions of people from every corner of the world, from different walks of life, flock into your country, then maybe you should loosen your rules up just a little bit.
Sri Lanka doesn't. Look at Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's tough, and like, it's not always just on the players to say something.
Right.
And it's like, what? And then that's the whole point is like, so they've already said that, like, don't do this. We're going to give you all a yellow card, yada, yada, yada. So then find something different. Like,
So find something
do a
different.
different thing.
Yeah, so
you
do
know what I'm
something
saying?
different.
Like,
yeah,
because
agree.
that's kind of how I felt about the kneeling stuff. Like, it was dope when Kaepernick did it because he drew attention to the thing he wanted to draw attention to. Then it just became about that action and not what the attention was supposed to be on.
Mhm.
So then you got to switch it up and do something else. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just you can't, protest slash speaking your mind slash demanding better from society shouldn't have a playbook. You know what I mean?
Yo, bro, these are just bro, my rainbow shoelaces. Like, and you tell the tournament organizers they're just rainbow shoelaces. But then after the fact, you're like, they represented this.
What I don't understand is what people fail to realize is every country has its flaws.
It's true. That's very true. I mean, yes.
But it's always, I don't understand why people when they look at a host nation, they look at, oh, look at all this stuff. Look at all this bad stuff. We should
look at Brazil, look at Russia, the past hosts. Like when we were looking, there's favelas and gang violence in Brazil. And
I mean, look at America. We just ripped rights away from women.
Yeah, exactly. And in certain states, like exactly, it's the same. Yeah, there's like Piers Morgan is. I'm not saying he's great or anything, but he brought up some interesting points because I was listening to him about the Ronaldo, the business, and he brought up a point about like, 1 in 4 of these nations at the World Cup, they have laws against homosexuality, and it's as horrible as it is. It's 1 in 4. It's like, whoa.
That's great.
It's that.
I
So
think,
that's
I think
it's
one of the African nations. I could be wrong, but I think one of the African nations. There's something against that. I could be wrong. I don't know.
So another person brought up that it could come down to religion, and you're like, oh, you're hating on us for our religions, and we're like, and then I'm like, at certain points, I guess there's a cross culturalization with religion and at a certain point, where are you when you are trying to embrace, when you're trying to extend the olive branch to the Western world? At what point are you making concessions?
Well, I mean, religion is a plague upon mankind, so it's the cause of a lot of problems to begin with. Like, why would anybody care about like women being equal, homosexual? Who would care about any of this shit if it wasn't for religion?
If they weren't programmed to care about it.
Well, here's something my mom told. Well, I actually have a couple of things, so I'm gonna go off the head on a little bit of different topics here. So Qatar, like the majority of the Middle East, is predominantly Muslim, right? And they're like the very strict conservative Muslim. The women wear the what are those things called?
Hijabs, I think. Yeah.
The hijabs, and women are seen as property more than people, and they have to get permission from the man to do anything. That's the whole Middle East. And what I wish a lot of people understood about that is having a World Cup in the Middle East, in that region of the world where all these things are common and practiced every day, then there wouldn't be a problem. People would still speak out against it. But if people did their research and knew going into this, this is everyday life for them. Well, it doesn't make it right, but still, it's everyday life, and it's been that way.
Oh, Muslims don't drink alcohol, so why is it a surprise that when 2 days before the World Cup, they're like, no alcohol? Although
Muslims don't drink alcohol.
Yes,
well, I mean,
most Muslims do not.
That's the one thing too. Is most religious people and even regimes do value money more than their principles. But you every now and again will run into a country like a Qatar that they have so much money, they have so much control. You know, like the
They
people
also have
in charge there
enemies
have
nearby that want what they have, so
Oil
they
money.
also feel a need
Oil
to
money.
extend an olive branch to USA and to other nations to also foment security relations. There's that also in play.
Oil money.
There was a really good video, series of videos on TIFO on YouTube, TIFO football. They did about at least 5 episodes just talking about how the World Cup ended up in Qatar and all the various stuff that was going on that Qatar used to try and like get them to the World Cup. Like they created a $1 billion soccer academy that is what we saw on Sunday has definitely wielded its $1 billion rewards.
Mm-hmm.
It was started by
Well,
Pele and Maradona, by the way.
Well,
oh god.
One thing that I keep telling people is all these issues can be swept under the rug when oil money comes into play. You know what I mean? It's never about the sport or the game anymore. It's just how many zeros can you put at the end of a check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's why the world, you know, like I'm torn, right? Like I understand that, you know, whether you talk Obama or Trump, neither one of them represented me on a world stage of who I am and my kind of values, right? So how many Qataris are like that? How many South Africans are like that? How many people from Senegal are like that?
How many Iranians are like that when their national team is not singing the national anthem in solidarity with a lot of their fans? I think they're trying to speak out about the female violence that's going on over there.
It's like the Russia-Ukraine situation. The majority of Russians are against it.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. You know that concert I told you I went to, that Slaughter to Prevail, they're proudly Russian, and like they're literally like, guys, I don't know. He's like, we've played plenty of shows in Ukraine. We consider them our brothers. I don't know what the hell is going on here. You know, it's just like people are not who these people are that quote unquote represent them. But it's tough because you had so it's hard to want to criticize because I understand that, but you know, and I want the World Cup in Africa, but South Africa wasn't all fucking sunshine and lollipops. Like I'm sure it's better than it was, and it was way better than it had been.
I mean, look at the
you know what I mean? Like
look at this one of the countries that hosted the Africa Cup of Nations. They had to have military personnel and vehicles and stuff outside one of the stadiums because the violence is so bad.
That's wild.
That is. I do recall that. Yes.
But what I tell people a lot is, because I'm somewhat a history minor, along with a little bit of what I'm trying to say is to finish up this topic.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in it. Yeah, good idea.
To another topic is I've taken a little bit of a read through every piece of religious text. So the Quran, the Bible, the Torah. So I know a little bit about what each belief is about and stuff like that.
Have an idea about I've done similar.
That doesn't necessarily mean I have to pick one. It just gives me a little bit of an idea of like what each group of people believe. You know what I'm saying?
A little insight to that, yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people, when they think of this tournament and everything that's going on, they don't talk about Argentina 78. Have you guys heard the story behind Argentina 78?
No, I don't know how they got the World Cup in 78.
So I don't know that either. But so in the 70s in Argentina, there was this dark cloud over the World Cup. That was kind of the tournament was used as sports washing, quote unquote. That dark cloud was what's known as the Dirty War. So pretty much the Dirty War was this United States-backed military dictatorship. What they would do is they would kidnap pregnant women off the streets. They would force them to give birth in some sort of detention hospital. Then they would give the newborn baby to a military family. And then they would kill the woman, mostly by taking them up in an airplane, chaining a cinder block to their ankles, and shoving them out of the airplane or the helicopter into the ocean to drown. And this was a huge problem going.
I'm reading
into
on this
thing
about
with
on the Wikipedia, and there is some legitimacy to this. This is insane. They says this tournament was marred by flagrant controversy, domestic politics, and alleged interference and match fixing by the Argentine authoritarian military junta government, who were using this tournament as an opportunity for nationalistic propaganda and for the relatively new military junta to seek legitimacy on the world stage. Argentina in 1978. Who Argentina won? They beat Netherlands.
There's a lot of match fixing. And have you heard of the Dirty War?
I hadn't heard about that. No,
I would look into it. There's some good YouTube videos and articles out there. I just summed up what I know.
Just long story short, the Dirty War is the name used by the military junta or civic military dictatorship of Argentina for the period of state terrorism in Argentina from 1974 to 1983, nearly a decade, as a part of Operation Condor, during which military and security forces and right-wing death squads in the form of Argentine Anti-Communist Alliance hunted down any political dissidents and anyone believed to be associated with socialism, left-wing Peronism, or the Montoneros movement. That is
Does it say anything about the kidnapping of pregnant women?
I'm sure it does. If they want to get into it, the Dirty War.
Yeah, if you want to get into some heavy reading.
Yeah. Let's pull back to now that the emotions have subsided and we're a little bit more
I was just trying to
worried
make
about
an analogy there.
Argentinian politics. Let's go back to the game now that the edge has been taken off and maybe we've calmed down. So the game started off pretty great for USA.
Well, wait, what did you think of the lineup?
I was like, "Where's Gio Reyna?" And where's and that was my thought. Also, where's Brendan Aronson?
England?
Pardon?
Do you think he'll play against England?
Who, Brendan?
No, I for England, I would have the same lineup. I would just put CCV instead of Zimmerman, and I would put Reyna in the lineup and Aronson in the lineup.
I don't think you need to change a thing unless these guys are ran-dogged. If they're super tired. The thing is, that first half, they had a lot of energy left at that first half. Second half, I don't know. They both those teams are starting to run silly in that second half. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, emotions and were high, and the game was pretty back and forth for a while in the second half. But I mean, I think the reason you don't see Reyna and you don't see Aronson start is because, despite them being probably better players than the alternative, just for example, the Musa, McKinney, Adams midfield works so well together. It doesn't necessarily work as well with a different cog in that piece. You know what I mean? And then Reyna, and they're both basically center attacking midfielders. They're not really wingers, despite the ability to play out on the wing. But Timothy Weah, and proving by getting a goal and being one of the best players out on the field today, he is a pure winger and he can play our system well, and his value is higher than even Reyna or Aronson out there, despite them being probably on an individual level better players.
Well, I will let you guys know now. Can't talk. I will let you guys go now. I got to do some things before the family leaves for Thanksgiving. They'll be going down south. I'll be anyway, I got some things I need to do, take care of and whatnot. So I will. You guys doing something Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll be streaming Wednesday as always. If anybody else wants to join.
I might check in Wednesday, but for now, I got to go.
Boom. Sounds like a plan. All right, brother.
All right.
Thanks, Connor Knows Soccer.
Apparently history as well.
I love history too. But Toke, USA started off well, like you were saying, and there was problems with the lineup questions with the initial lineup selection.
I liked it. I was happy going in personally.
Yeah, I got excited, and then to realize that we have Brendan Aronson coming off the bench. All right, we got something coming. We got a Premier League level coming off the bench. That got me excited. That made me feel a little bit better, because when I'm looking at Britain subs, when Marcus Rashford's like part of their subs, and Oh man, it was just like
Yeah,
they,
it's tough to look at a team so stacked, but that's the thing, man. Aronson came on and he played really well when he came on. Honestly, I was
Jack
about to be.
Grealish, Eric Deere, Phil
Oh
Foden.
God.
Those are the subs for England. Like I'm like I know that we got Brendan Aronson. You can yeah.
You know what? I like Brendan Aronson. He's young enough. He could be something special, man.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, they play. I just loved. It was. I just been a fan so long. It's never seen a time where the U.S. like controlled the game and had so much possession. It
It
was
was a
so good to
joy,
see.
man. It was that
was.
first half. When after we scored that goal, Mrs. Spitfire had to leave the house because I got a little too loud. And she was working, and she got a little upset with me because I got a little too loud. But I couldn't help myself. Oh,
Dude,
do you know what I mean? Like
that
when
goal was
USA scored
so
that goal,
sexy.
I
Oh my God.
exploded.
Oh
with
yeah,
emotion.
for sure. I'm
It
in
felt
an
like it was
apartment.
coming.
And
It felt so good. It felt like it was coming. It felt earned. It felt like we were dominating, like you said.
those are perfect words for it. You're right. It did feel like you knew that there was a goal in this game. You know what I mean? Like I looked at my girl before they scored, and I looked and I was like, you know what? At least we know one thing: they're gonna score today. You know, we don't know how it's gonna turn out, but at least we know they're gonna score because you were right. You could just see it coming, and just the final ball was the only thing missing, man. Usually when we saw them in qualifying, they'd make those good crosses and get those headers, you know, and that final ball was just missing. And then to lose that opportunity, I really thought they were going to score an own goal on that one.
Oh, that was yes. That one was close. And then there was another one that was really close that man, if he put that, Josh Sargent somehow found a way to get that on frame. That first header opening minutes. Imagine that plus the second goal. Oh,
yeah, that Sargent header was good, man. That was a good header, just didn't go in. You know,
that got you feeling good. That got me thinking like, whoa. The USA is looking like
he played well,
and people started to commentate. They're like, I mean, why is Wales playing so afraid? They're sitting back. They're parking the bus. They're afraid of USA right now.
Yeah, they were mad nervy too in the first half. They were making mistakes. We just really needed to have capitalized on another one, you know.
Yeah.
And it just was. You can't feel any comfort with a 1-goal lead in the World Cup, you know, because. You know, that's the thing too, is everybody just thinks like, oh, okay, well, this sucks. We're going to get rolled by England. But there are plenty of games. And being a U.S. fan, I've seen them on our end a bunch where not as good, where a lesser team beats a better team just by playing hard. You know, when you're talking about just one game and not like a 38 game season, you know, every game is tight and tough. It's not usually 6-2.
No, it's not.
But,
and Toke, the other thing that I think that might be lost in this is that Wales are a good team. Like,
yeah, we made them look worse than they are.
We made a good team look way worse than they are. We made a good team literally shiver in their boots for the first half. They went like, holy fuck. And they're a good team. They could add, they're a final 16 team in a past World Cup, right?
They haven't been to a World Cup in 50 years or something.
Oh, that's what it was. I'm thinking Iceland. It was the Euros where they had success, right?
Yeah, the Euros, the most recent one. Wales did pretty good.
But Daniel James, Gareth Bale, Harry Wilson, Aaron Ramsey, these are good players. And Nico Williams, very, very good. Davies, Matham, Rodon, very good. And their bench, Joe Allen, who didn't get in, Brandon Johnson, who did, Kiefer Moore, you've been hearing things about, Joe Morel, who looked good. And let's see if there's anybody else. They have a good lineup, and they're similar to US. They are very similar to US, except that they have more veteran top end talent with Gareth Bale.
Yeah, I mean, their star is a brighter star, but
Brighter
really on a
star,
whole,
and they also have what's his face, Aaron Ramsey. I think that's another good old head to have.
right. It's good to have it's good for your stars to also be veterans, whereas and it's funny all this shit you see people talk about Pulisic. Look when he gets the ball. Suppose it, everybody had a lot to say about this Wales team being better than us. They collapsed 4 guys on him.
They were panicking every time he got the ball, to the point where they were kicking him and trying to destroy his career. They're trying to end his career. They're like, if we accidentally break your bone,
yeah, we're not against that.
That's what was happening there. And Pulisic was taking some abuse. And honestly, there was a moment there where I was like, is he coming off? And then he just went right back to the center line. He said, fuck these motherfuckers. And I was like, oh man, Pulisic is on a fucking mission.
Dude, he played well. I honestly, personally believe that, and I almost thought this about everyone on the team until the penalty. But other than Zimmerman, nobody had a bad game. It wasn't like, oh boy, they all played well. It wasn't like, oh boy, we did okay, but we got torched over here.
Who made mistakes? The mistake was Walker, and honestly, Walker had a good game beyond that mistake.
Yeah, he did. Leading up to that, he was having a great game. Him and Ream played so well.
Ream, dude. Him and no, they were a great team. They really were.
They were. I'm so happy Aaron Long did not play in this game, because we definitely would have lost this one.
Clear backup, and so is these guys are the top 2 center backs for USA. It for right now at least. It's these two.
Yeah, this was
do you see them? Were you
was...
saying that you see them both starting against England, or do you think that they're going to need a rest?
I would start them both against England, knowing that somebody's coming off at halftime.
You got 5 subs.
Oh yeah, no, use them. I'm glad we used all our subs, but the subs were a little questionable. I mean, Acosta, I have less hate for than most other people. I feel like he can shut it down, but the thing is, that's where he lacks. Is you can really see where a Musa or a McKinney next to Tyler Adams can create positive passes. There was a lot of times actually they knew to lay off. Acosta had the ball in dangerous positions and could not make that pass.
What if it was Georgi Mihailovic in that same spot?
I don't know.
I don't think so today, because I think that that play that at the end of the game that Acosta made to stop Gareth Bale, he got that yellow card. I don't know if Georgi Mihailovic is making that play.
No, but that's where Acosta does save you. He can come into a game like he did today and really lock it down.
Mm-hmm.
He's competent enough to hold the ball, but he's not making great probing passes.
We got to see Jordan fucking Morris instead of Paul Areola, and he had moments on the ball, but I mean, I still would have rather seen somebody else. Yeah. I think.
He did nothing wrong, but he did nothing, and he also wasn't in there a very long time. The one thing we didn't do was use the fact that he's fast. We should have just booted it up the field and let him run on it. But I don't know who else would I thought Reyna should have came in at that point, but there's a lot of question marks about. Well, Reyna didn't play because he's not fit. What's going on here? And then, but. Haji Wright, I don't know. He came in. He was invisible.
I felt like Josh Sargent. How'd you feel about Josh?
I felt like he played a good game, and I think solid, that header right? You can't oh yeah, solid. And that header you can't blame him on. It was a good shot that just didn't go in.
He was linking up with the boys, and he was creating openings for Pulisic and for Weah. I felt he did a lot. He did a lot of his job.
Yeah, and the pressure on the ball too. That was the thing that really was one of the best, the funnest part of the game to watch, was that we won the second ball all the time. We were just winning the second ball.
We win the second ball, and it squirts. They get it right to Pulisic, and Pulisic on a breakaway, and then there's Tim Weah making the perfect run. And Tim Weah, oh my God.
That was a thing of beauty. That
It was
was
so
chef's
beautiful.
kiss.
Pulisic
that
turns,
goal.
bam, he's in, and just and the Weah goal, like the way he put it in, there was no question. Like it was a confident take.
Right, and that was not an easy shot. He hit that on the outside of his foot to send it into the corner.
Mm-hmm. And everything that led up to that, man, it was just like, wow. It felt like it was coming. And when's it coming? When's it coming? And all of a sudden that moment happened, and there's that break. It pops out. All of a sudden they catch him on the counter real quick. Pulisic turns, and I am in my stomach flies up to my heart. I'm like, oh man, this could be it. And then the run continues, and I mean, it was an absolute eruption in me, where I was screaming like I haven't screamed in over 8 years.
I punched the sky, man. I did the fist, you know what I mean? I was jacked, dude. It was just beautiful. It was so good to see a team play so complete. And then even though in the second half, they didn't have as much control of the game, they still were not like outdone. You know what I mean? They still played well.
It continued. The first half, like they still played well after the goal. Like they didn't lose it. Like they actually kept a little bit of the heat on. The heat turned off. It faded, but the steam was still coming out of the kettle.
Oh yeah, they really didn't like let the gas pedal off. They really played a smart game. You know that's where like the result is so disappointing.
Yes,
if they played such a
disappointing
complete game, they played such a complete game, and like
they deserve
Wales,
3 points for that. Yeah.
They do. And then Wales doesn't deserve anything because they didn't even have a moment. They literally didn't even have a moment of brilliance. We gifted it to them. You know, it wasn't like, he did this amazing run, but then they tore him down in the box, or, you know, they didn't have a good moment. They had one shot on goal, and Matt Turner thankfully made an amazing save.
So
that was like
Matt Turner, hell of a game. Got settled in a couple moments early. Like you're just taking a weird pass or a weird goal. Like there was a goal kick that flew all the way back into him, and that settled him. And like it was, and all of a sudden he started settling into the game. He looked really good, and Dest looked fantastic. He needed a sub though from Yedlin, and Yedlin.
Oh yeah,
looked.
I don't think Yedlin looked bad. I just think he was told to get in there and cross the crap out of the ball, and that's what he did.
A few of those moments. Let's go line by line between the guys real quick, but you go on with Dest.
No, Dest was. I think Dest had a great game, but his yellow was soft. I feel like that was a play. Like you would say, oh, the guy's already going out of bounds. Don't slide tackle him there. But I say, yes, you do. Assert your dominance on the game. You know what I mean? Put a stamp on it. And that was a really soft yellow, which I think these yellows are going to come back to haunt us, but hopefully not.
We find the American Jordi Alba and Serginho Dest. I mean, he was up and in their hair all day long, creating problems, and he was pretty decent in the defense. I liked what Serginho did.
Yeah, his defensive game was pretty good, especially considering that's the weaker part of his game. I mean, I think he recovered well on recoveries. He actually got up enough to head the ball enough. Like that was the other thing, man. We were really intercepting the ball a lot. He had a lot of interceptions. Felt like obviously McKinney and Adams did as well. But yeah, I think he was smarter with his defense. He was able to get in the channels more and get those interceptions.
Walker Zimmerman had a solid game, except for his one major fuck up. He was so excited. He went through the player. I think it was Gareth Bale.
It was Gareth Bale. And it was so unbelievably stupid because we were under some pressure, but we were defending well and nobody was making those stupid tackles. We were defending well enough without making stupid tackles, and he just quite literally, I don't know. He like to do something so stupid. I wonder how big the check is he's getting.
Tim Ream, stupendous game.
Agreed. There was only that one time where they both kind of got torched, but that one like it was.
And who bailed them out?
Well, because the guy couldn't. It's that Johnson guy, and he just shot it right at Turner.
Oh, he shot it right at Turner. I remember that he shot it right at Turner. I actually was not worried at that moment. Like there was something like
I
about
wasn't
it.
either.
There was some, those moments where, that was one of those moments where, like, it's against the run of play, and like this guy just doesn't seem to have the confidence. Yeah, maybe he's got it. But boom, it went right to the goalkeeper, and I was like, yeah, as expected, launch it, and they almost got a chance out of the other end too.
Right, and because his angle wasn't amazing, like I felt extremely comfortable that no matter where he tried to place that, Turner had it, but he just put it right into his chest.
Anthony Jedi Robinson. How do you feel about him?
Kid's a stud. I mean, he played amazing. He didn't get as many crosses in as I would have liked to have seen, but he was a stud. He played well. I think he got called up for a pretty soft foul that resulted in a free kick, which is the only nervy parts of the game we ever had, was when they had a free kick. But I think he was solid. I think he was solid defensively. I think he was good going forward like he normally is.
I thought he was super solid today. But he wasn't great today, but all the same, he was always present. He had a lot to handle. Not only did he have to handle offensive duties and to back up Christian Pulisic often all day long, he had to track back and make sure that Gareth fucking Bale didn't slip behind him and just pot one. Hell of a day for Anthony Robinson on the defensive end. On the offensive end, a little always there. So great day from him overall.
Totally agree.
Yunus Musa. Holy cow, thank God we got that guy.
He is so calm on the ball. It quite literally, he doesn't lose the ball. And he makes the right passes. He is such a solid player. It's ridiculous. You don't necessarily think of him all the time because he doesn't necessarily have all the flashy plays or all the assists or whatever, but he is a definite major cog in the machine of our offense.
I almost could say the exact same thing about Tyler Adams. Holy cow, thank God the American team has that guy.
He probably had the best game of anybody today.
Absolutely,
he was probably
unreal.
The best player on the field.
He was he captain today? Or
oh yeah, he's captain for the whole thing.
So
yeah,
absolutely unreal. He's Americans' Jordan Henderson.
if we, I'm sure it's something he's always wanted.
But holy cow, I mean, like, just what this guy did all game long, the work he put in on both sides of the ball, and it was the engine of the team. And man, oh man, without him and Musa and this next guy, really, holy shit, USA has 3 baller midfielders. Weston fucking McKennie. Holy shit, thank God we have that guy. This whole midfield, absolutely stunning. What national teams, other national teams, would these 3 be starting? And are they better than we realize? There's something about McKennie, Adams, Musa that I'm now seeing and realizing that, holy shit, these guys are not to be fucked with.
Well, and that's why Reyna and Aronson can't get on the field, because that midfield trio is so good together. And like, I do think we don't give these guys enough credit for being as good as they are, because they've never really put it together. Like qualifying was a stumble. You really saw what everybody thought could have been in this first half. That is this team firing on all cylinders the proper way. And that you can't ask for much more than that.
The best midfield was the American midfield, and that's against the midfield with Nico Williams, Harry Wilson, Ampadu, Aaron Ramsey, and Callum Roberts. The best midfield was McKennie, Adams, Musa.
Yeah, that is such a that partnership, like that, those three guys play so well together, and because they can both, like Adams is the only one lacking slightly offensively in that group. Other than that, they can all take care of everything. You know what I mean? And I was shocked to see, I don't know if you noticed, but early on in the game, McKinney and Musso were basically playing the wings with like Weah and Pulisic pushed him a little bit. They had chalk on their boots the whole game, which is funny because usually they like to sit centrally. But that's where you had all that possession, because you had Jedi not only having to only deal with Pulisic, but you had Musa all the way out on the wing, as out on the touch line as well, and it all worked so well. I don't know why Zimmerman had to come and piss our lemonade.
A lot. That's true, and also, I will maybe a little should be said about Greg and the stuff he's been trying to do and install on the plan, and all the questions along the way that we have given him, and the consternation and the shit and the little pokes from the fans and pundits, the questions. But I gotta say, despite all that noise, he's been able to pull these guys together and get a result. They got a result today. Yes, it was disappointing. Yes, it was bunk. Yes, it was. But holy shit! I guess I realized that Greg did a much better job than anybody was giving him credit for.
Well, I mean, he didn't do a lot of great. Well, a lot of the things we criticized Greg for didn't happen today. Right? He definitely had the right lineup to start the game. He had the right game plan to start the game.
Game plan, yes.
And then they kept it going. I can find reasoning for his subs. Like Acosta, again, I'm not against Acosta. And then you got to get
Jordan. You got to get the guys. I felt like Gio Reyna over Jordan, right?
Oh, most certain. That was the one Greg thing where it was just like, what are you doing?
Aaronson's the obvious, like I said, like that's like your number. If Brendan Aaronson's coming off your bench, holy shit, we got Premier League level midfielder, attacking midfielder coming off the bench. That's sick.
And it was good to see him play well in the midfield. I feel like for the USA team, he's never played well in the midfield position. He's played well out on the wing, but not in midfield. So it was great to see when he did come in, he actually did play well. Like it was a bit, so often you make subs and sometimes they're like for like, or sometimes it's like, okay, well, we're sacrificing just to have like the warm body protect the lead or whatever, right? But not with Aronson coming in from a like.
No, you're getting stronger or something, actually, because the guy who is playing has gotten weaker, and all of a sudden you're putting in a guy who's basically a like-for-like replacement for the guy who started the game, which is
exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. There was so many things that don't usually go right for the American team that made today, even with a disappointing result, just made it fun to watch the game.
And a lot of those things that went right had to do with that front line of Tim Weah, Josh Sargent, Christian Pulisic. The way Josh Sargent pulled everybody away from Tim Weah and all day long, away from Christian Pulisic all day long, even though Christian Pulisic is attracting 4 men at times. Josh Sargent had to do a job. Tim Weah scores a goal, and not only that, I just felt like he was everywhere. He was everywhere where he needed to be.
He had such an amazing game. The one thing that we didn't do well is he was roasting, toasting that kid or whoever it was on his side, and we should have fed it more over there. We should have done more ball. Like,
they were really focused on getting it over to Pulisic. Didn't it seem that way? They were focused on getting it over to Pulisic side and Antony, and they were tearing it up. But then there was those moments where Serginho Dest rocked that outside far shot. I thought it was a great shot, man. If he just took that shot a little differently and it went on frame, that could have been the opening goal of the match. And I was ready for it.
Yeah, not mad at that shot at all.
Not
Honestly,
mad.
just the execution because he puts it on frame. He can drain that shot too. So it's like
The path was
he can
there.
right, and even if it doesn't go in. If it's on frame, it's not getting caught. You know what I mean? So the ball is bouncing in front of the net. So it's just that was it was just so fun to watch a team not just like feel like you're smacking yourself in the forehead the entire time. Like, why?
And we created that space, by the way, going to the far corner, opening up that pathway for Sergio. Just it parted like the seas of for Moses, and bam, Sergio just cracks that shot, and it's just like, wow. At that point, you realize, Wales is in trouble. USA is not just knocking on the door; they're threatening to score. That was in that heat of that moment. And then Josh Sargent makes some moves, and then Christian Pulisic, our number 10, maybe the best guy on the pitch. Who's the best guy on the pitch? It had to be Christian Pulisic.
It was either him, Way, or Adams. The three of them just had amazing games.
Not Gareth Bale, not Daniel James, not Nico Williams, not Harry Wilson, not Ben Davies. It was freaking Christian Pulisic, Tim Weah, Adams, and Musa. Those were the best fucking guys on the pitch. And McKennie were the best guys on the pitch. It was really the 5 Americans: McKennie, Adams, Musa, Pulisic, Weah. Best 5. Robinson and Ream also in that honorable mention, and Dest. I guess Zimmerman and Sargent would be the second tier. Oh, and you can't say and enough about Matty Turner. Like, they were all on another tier today.
Well, thankfully, Matt Turner didn't have to prove himself very much, and but what I did like is
almost got that penalty.
He guessed right though. If
he was there.
If Bale had tried to place that slightly more and not just like smashed it, that's a save.
Yeah.
That was painful to see him guess right and get a hand to it. I just don't understand why Zimmerman would do that. Not only do you know that that's reckless and people can get away with it, but like the way the game was being officiated up until that point, you got to know he's going to give a penalty as soon as you get down. You know what I mean? It just...
Before we address how to go into this next game for America, what does Wales do going into their next game? They're going to be playing Iran. What changes do they make? I'm leaving Daniel James in and Gareth Bale, but I'm not sold on Ampadu. I like getting Harry Wilson. I might want to think about making Gareth Bale my striker at a certain point and running Daniel James and Harry Wilson on either side, or Nico Williams on either side. But these are the changes I'm thinking about making. That 3 in the back, I don't think it worked for them. I think they got to change something there. Joe Allen's got to be considered. He's just such a good player in their midfield to leave off. I mean, there is no midfielder. They have Aaron Roberts. They have Aaron Ramsey and nobody else. Like, Callum Roberts is an outside wingback. Ampadu is like a forward. Wilson and Williams are both forward wingers. Ramsey was on an island in that midfield. They got to get Joe Allen and Ramsey out there or something like that. And that's what I'm thinking for Wales. What are you thinking there?
I don't think. I mean, I honestly don't care.
I know, but it's a fun process to talk about.
No, but I think you're right. I think they won't go. They won't do 3 in the back anymore. But what I do think is they're not. I don't know. Either we just made them look bad, or they're not nearly as good as we thought.
Collectively.
Because I don't think I think everybody and their brother is just considering they're going to win that Iran game, and I don't necessarily think they are.
No,
I don't think they're positive.
Iran had good moments against England. Like,
not only just that, but they're not positive enough with the ball. Right. You know, they've got a Gareth Bale, but really, what did they have, or what can they do other than, set pieces?
Yeah, but a back to their wall Iran versus a back to their wall Wales. I think I'll take the back to the wall Wales. over the back to the wall Iran, but I see what you're saying because this is not, they're not back to the wall yet. This is middle game. And Iran is going to be riding high off of scoring 2 goals on England. Like, they knew they were going to get beat by England. And at a certain point, it looked like they could have escaped with like a 1 or 2-0 game, or a 3-0 game. But then it started getting out of hand really quickly. And then they scored all of a sudden. And then they scored again. And Iran turned a really horrible showing into, I mean, they salvaged it as much as you can, right? A 6-goal loss. They got 2. And for a small nation like them, soccer-wise, to do that against the big boy in Iran, I thought, a big boy in England, I thought that at least that's something they could take out of it.
Yeah, I agree. I would not be surprised. Like, I think this group is just going to be tough, man. Like, I don't think England is just going to come in and walk.
Iran won the group for to get into the World Cup.
Yeah, they won their qualifying group. Yeah, over Japan.
Yes, over Japan, who is a respected team.
Yeah, I think this is. I think everybody just has their pre notions of what's going to happen, and
wow, you have a great point. Wow, I'm starting to realize that Iran might finish above Wales.
I see them tying, and I don't think England's just going to waltz right in and roll over us. So like, obviously it would have to be a lesser team beating a better team for us to win the game.
If we lose 3-1, how do you feel about a 3-1 loss?
Depends on how the 3-1 looks. Depends on what happens for the
3-1. Pulisic scores. It was 1-0 going into the first half with USA winning 1-0.
Oh, I would feel awful.
England wins, and England scores 3 goals in the second half to win it. USA doesn't score a goal. It ends 3-1, but we got a goal, and we look good against the half on England.
No, I would not feel good about that. Like, I would feel better if England was up 1-0 at halftime. We tied it. Then they went ahead in like the 84th minute and then just got another one because we were stretched thin. That would be a 3-1 defeat that I wouldn't mind. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah. I like how we painted that out. Like, those are great scenarios that could very well happen. And also, USA could tie to a 1-1, 0-0.
Oh, most certainly.
And also, USA can win a tight nail biter. There's no way they win more than by multiple goals. Their only game the game they were going to win by multiple goals was this Wales game and against Iran. Against England, oh man, if they pull it off.
I mean, the only way they win by multiple goals against England is like kind of the scenario that we laid out. Like, it's nothing.
Red card for England.
Right. Or it's like 0-0 late in the game, and then we end up getting a goal, and then they're just kind of barking at each other. You know what I mean? And trying to and stretch too thin, and we get another one. That would be how I see us winning by more than 1 goal if we were to win.
Well, this is a little ugly. So England doesn't have a single yellow card.
Yeah, that's gonna come back. That's gonna hurt. Like, either Dest or McKinney or Adams or somebody is missing the Iran game and not for just a rest.
We have 4 yellow cards. McKinney, Dest, Ream, and Acosta. 4
the Acosta one hurts too, because what if McKinney gets one early, Adams gets one early, and then he comes in and gets one. Then we have nothing left in the midfield.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a little disconcerting, but then again, how's the England game called? You know what I mean? Are they gonna England's not? They're physical,
Dude,
so is it gonna?
We are fucked. I feel because of that.
I don't think so.
That yellow card issue truly makes me feel like we are in a little bit of an issue. You have to mitigate that somehow, because there's going to be yellow card. It's going to be yellow card palooza against USA versus England. There's going to be yellow cards dished out like hotcakes on both sides.
I mean, maybe depends on how tight the game is called.
And if you just accept that you're going to lose McKinney, you're going to lose Ream and Dest, then you start them. Like, if you're accepting that you could lose them for the Iran game and replace them for that game and absolutely maximize what you can get against England, then, you know, maybe you make that play.
That's what you have to do. You can't play for the Iran game. Like you can't sandbag it and just be like, oh, whatever.
That's the question. Do you sandbag this game and rest, knowing you can absolutely win the Iran game and get points? And 4 points will take you through, probably, with the way this first game worked out.
Because Iran and Wales could tie. We could tie England. And then Wales and England could end up tying. You know what I mean? It's not like so simple.
England's going to beat Wales. England's going to destroy Wales.
I mean, they should.
No,
but again,
I can already see it. If we did that to Wales, England's going to do better to Wales. We are not to be trifled with. Wales is the third or fourth weakest team in this division. By everything we've seen, we've seen 180 minutes of football. USA and England are the best two teams in the group.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're the best two teams in the group for sure. And I thought that going in.
I didn't think that. I'm fucking in a new fucking world, Tokyo. I'm like thinking like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be lucky to score a goal. And yeah, we will be lucky to score a goal, but all the same, we are actually a little bit better than that. We're better than Wales. I'm not gonna, I don't know. Maybe it's just from being an old grumpy man, but like, I'm not gonna count those chickens before they hatch, type of thing. Like, England, it's not just a guarantee England's gonna come in and stomp us. It's not a guarantee that Wales is gonna beat Iran. No longer a guarantee. England they were looking a little, not through us, but they were looking at us like, yeah, we're just gonna mount that and just ride that. And now they're looking at us like we're a scorpion. And they're like, oh shit, we might need to wear gloves. We might need metal tongs. We might need more preparation to handle this poisonous bug that could kill us in order to get past us. Because that's what USA is now. They're a scorpion that is going to require good preparation to be able to get past.
I think so. And like, let's not kid ourselves. Like, England wasn't playing well leading up to this tournament, not scoring goals. And now they might have just blown their load. 6 goals. They think it's coming easy. And then
Harry Kane took a knock too, didn't he?
I didn't watch the game.
I did. Harry Kane took a knock, took a few knocks. And so Harry Kane is going to be, he's having questions on his ankle. So that's going to be something to watch out for as well. He didn't even score. What
happens, like, I don't know how, I don't watch a lot of the English, like, I haven't seen many games.
Jude Bellingham is who you got to watch out for, man. Jude Bellingham played lights out for England today. Declan Rice played really well, but Jude Bellingham was like the heart and the soul of the team, making everything happen. Got it up to Bakary Saka, who scored 2 goals. Ross Sterling looked out of this world. He missed some things, but just Ra looks like you could put a golden boot bet on Ra for sure.
Well, I mean, how do they handle adversity? What happens if it gets to be the 30th minute, it's 0-0, and not only have they not scored, but we frustrated them.
We match up. Our starting lineup matches up, Toke. Our the rest of our 18 does not match up. But I am starting to believe that our starting 11 matches up with the likes of fucking England. And I know they have Harry Kane, who's obviously would be like the best player in the game. In fact, they have more of the best players on the pitch. But I'm starting to rethink that USA's got guys that can match up against Luke Shaw and cause him problems. They've got guys that are going to make old slabhead forget how to play football at Harry Maguire. I'm talking about. They're going to have John Stones is really good. They're going to have Kieran Trippier is very good shit. And a little scary, but they're still going to have moments where Kieran Trippier is going to be playing too far up in offense, and he's going to think like, I don't have to worry about Jedi. I'm a fucking Sith, and all of a sudden, bam. Jordan Pickford's picking it out of the back of the net like his latest boogie out of his nose. Bakary Saka is like, oh shit, we really have to pay attention to that guy. And Ross Sterling.
We got to pay attention to this whole team, but it's not. I've seen us beat teams we had no business beating before. That shit happens all the time. So I just was happy to see them play well.
Mhm.
And it gives us at least hope that we're, and like we don't have to sit here and defend forever garbage about how we're just about to get smoked. Like it's not it's not like that.
It's
You know what I'm
actually
saying?
incredible to be disappointed like that. None of us were expecting. I don't think it was in the realm of possibilities, but the realm of possibilities, we put that in as like an 8% chance that USA might win this game or just blow it, and we're gonna feel a little miffed about it, but still was a great game overall. And that was in the small percent of the chances, less than 8% in my opinion. And man, and all of a sudden now I'm realizing maybe it was actually more in the cards. Maybe we are better than we
I
think.
think we're better than you give us credit for, my man. I'm glad your eyes have been open. Listen, I'm gonna bounce out, but I would love to hear you continue to wax poetic. But I'm gonna bounce out on you, my man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Tokyo, check out FC Tokyo's channel on YouTube. Awesome friend of the show. Greatly appreciate you stopping by. He's, in my opinion, one of my favorite listens on U.S. men's national team. He talks a lot of sense into me. I wear a little of my. Sometimes I get not wrapped up. I react. I react to what I'm reading, and to me, what I'm reading is what's the truth right now. I recognize that what we're dealing with is the present. The past is the past. The future is the future. What are we dealing with now? We're dealing with a new world where USA can actually walk in, punch Wales in the gut, take Wales' best punch, and be like, all right, we're going on to England. Yeah, we fucked this one up, but and it was a no decision, half decision, split decision, so to speak. If you're talking about in wrestling or in fighting terms, split decision, but all the same, we all know who won that game. And we can take solace in that as an American fan. I think that's going to be huge because a lot of us were expecting that. Let's move on to the next game. What to be expected? USA, they're the underdog going on to take Britain. We know that much. We're not expected to win. We're expected to lose, similar as Iran lost. Iran lost 6-2 today. They think USA will lose 3-1, maybe 3-2, maybe 2-0 if USA can score a goal. But USA can score goals. I saw a team today that can score goals. I saw a team today that had resilience and resolve. I saw a team today that played with what Landon, I think it was Landon Donovan in one of his podcasts, was just talking about, like, carefree. They played carefree. They didn't play like they had the pressure of America's last 8 years of not being at a World Cup on their shoulders. They played like they love soccer and they knew how to fucking do it. They played like we've heard the whole world talk shit, but we practice to each other. We practice with each other. We run drills with each other. And we've played against you. So not only do we have that where we feel good about ourselves, but we've played against you and we've played with our boys. And we like our boys. We like our fucking boys. USA loves its fucking team right now. This team is going to be making a run right now before our eyes like we haven't seen in so long. It is magic encapsulated. No matter how this ride ends, should it come to end at the end of this group stage, I think we're going to have a lot to talk about for the next 4 years, a lot to be excited about, a lot of fuel in the fire, a lot of base to build upon, because this is just the beginning. A lot of us are forgetting, this is the beginning of a new era, a new set. This is only Christian Pulisic's first World Cup. He's 22. He's got another one. He's going to be 28 next time runs around to World Cup USA. We don't have to look that far ahead right now. Let's enjoy the World Cup we are in. But I'm just saying, this USA team, let's try to keep it in perspective that they're growing. They're going to be becoming something, as well as the rest of the world becoming something. And I think that the USA, in a way like it has never been able to do before, is able to throw off what the world used to think about it in the soccer terms. And it's like, we're done with the Ted Lasso representation. We are here. We're going to play you. We're going to punch you in your fucking mouth. You're going to bleed. You're going to lose a fucking couple teeth. You're going to think like, oh shit, is this hockey? And we're going to fucking say this right after we peel the ball out of the back of the net. No, this is soccer, motherfucker. You can go back and play your football in England, but we play soccer in the USA, and we play soccer to win. Let's fucking go! USA, let's fucking go. USA, take it all the way. I'm gonna do a little quack, 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 little D3 Mighty Ducks. Whew. Oh, it's D2, isn't it? D2 Mighty Ducks. And the knuckle puck with Keenan. Oh man, guys. What a wave of emotions this World Cup is gonna be. We dealt with it. We rewrote, we addressed a lot of topics. And I think that we're in store for a lot more excitement, a lot more surprise. And a few more heroes will emerge for the U.S. men's national team. And right now, I think that Christian Pulisic as hero is emerging. Tim Weah is emerging. This midfield of Tyler Adams, Musa, and McKennie is emerging as heroes. We're seeing something special right before our eyes. And that's what I wondered about the tournament at the very beginning. I wondered what's the feeling I'm going to be feeling at the end of that first game? What's the feeling I'm going to be feeling at the end of the second game against England? What's the feeling I'm going to be feeling against that third game against Iran? And should we make it any farther? What will those feelings evoke? And after that, enjoy the tournament, what else happens, but we're finally back. USA, good to be back. What a ride. What a first game. A lot to build on, a lot of success. And I think that even though we might have been disappointed and we didn't get the win that a lot of us wanted, this will get a few heads in America to go, ooh, World Cup? Ooh, world, what's over there? What's happening over there in the World Cup? And another thing to be said is that when they always say like, oh, what if America's best athletes went and played soccer? You're seeing that. You're seeing that right now. You're seeing some of the best athletes in America play soccer for the nation. People always put that graphic up. Oh, what if LeBron and all these other great American athletes played soccer? The great American athletes that play soccer and good at soccer are playing soccer. The Brendan Aronsons, the Christian Pulisic's, the Tyler Adamses, the Eunice Musas, I almost said McKennie, the Weston McKennies, the Tim Reams from years past. And another thing, Tim Ream coming out of nowhere to just be the old man on this team, the old head that calms these guys down and acts as another captain on the field. That's a lot to be said about him. Guys, I'm excited. We'll see you guys next Friday. We'll see you guys this Friday for USA versus England. I'll be live here on Spitting Fire for that game for sure. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. We'll catch you on the next stream. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys later. Have a great one. Fired up footballers. Let's go. Incredible result. Upwards and onwards. USA. 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 Let's go. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one.